What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Tales from Rukon. Few quick announcements before we jump in. We now have the updated overlays, so you can see more of the beautiful players' faces. We now also should have a loop for the character art of the party done. Character art done by the fantastic Bobby Van Etten. We will be off next Friday, but a few of us will be doing a hangout and Q&A on Sunday, the 22nd at 7:30. So same time, just a couple days later. And we're gonna, ask us about the game, ask us about us, anything. We're just gonna be here hanging out at that point. If you're not in the Discord, the link is in the video description, and we have an awesome community starting up in there. Great way to interact with us outside of the stream. As with last week, we won't be interacting with chat too much while playing, but we will be having an intermission in the middle where we'll be responding and potentially singing songs with you guys as we file back in before we get to the second half of the game. So without further ado, let us return to the world of Rukon. For anyone who missed last week's stream or either of the last two streams, quick recap. Last week, our band of unlikely allies, brought together by the common goal of an artifact called the Rod of Dasis, hidden within the Ulmarsh of Midfall, found themselves awakening after a battle to the absence of their guide, a local from the remote town near the outskirts of the marsh, named Ragtag Farnswallop, who had joined them in hopes of finding some other townsfolk who had gone missing. After Galadh talked to both the tree they had slept in and a wandering treant, they gathered, putting some pieces together, that some kind of arachnid being was traveling through the swamp, who was the most likely culprit for Ragtag's disappearance, and had an idea of where it may be residing. Discovering an ancient structure, they made their way into a series of stone tunnels underneath the marsh, where they happened upon some sort of ritual in which the missing townfolk were slowly being bled out into some kind of sigil. Discovering Ragtag was among the bodies, they rescued him, as well as 3 of the 4 missing townsfolk, though they were too late to save the 4th. They then found themselves trapped as a massive group of wolf spiders blocked the way they came in from, forcing them deeper into the tunnels, where they met a mysterious and shifty gnome named Yegrim, who guided them through the remaining labyrinth to a giant chessboard in front of a sealed door. He'd been trapped in the labyrinth and thought they could solve the puzzle and help him get out. The combined efforts of Ragtag and Thrag solved the puzzle, opening the door and leading them to an old abandoned mansion. Yegrim left, taking the townsfolk to safety, leaving the party to explore the rest of the mansion, where they found some very rare and ancient tomes and imagery. Nikita stopped to comment on how creepy the marsh and mansion were, just as a terrifying creature suddenly appeared behind them. So, guys, appearing out of thin air, a 10-foot tall being with an arachnid body and legs, but a humanoid torso coming from the front, with purple-gray skin. 6 piercing red eyes sit above a mouth of long, needle-like teeth. You can immediately see as its legs, which come to fine points like rapiers, the color shifting to a shiny silver, dig into the stone floor, creating the tiny needle-like holes that you have seen throughout the forest and dungeon under its feet. I need everyone to open Astral and roll initiative.
Let's go.
Starting off with combat. Oh boy.
I want to point out that Ragtag's first instinct upon seeing this creature is to look at the feet and go, "Oh, that's how those go." And here we are.
Alrighty. So,
I don't think Ragtag rolls well, guys. I have a 3 for initiative.
A 3.
Strong.
Super
All
good.
right. Galadh, what is yours?
11.
Thrag.
16.
And Nikita. Uh-oh, did we lose Jaydee? I think we lost
lost
Jaydee.
Aw,
Oh no, right at the start. Oh no.
rip.
These technical difficulties brought to you by the internet, probably.
All right, so for now, Nikita will be in the back of combat because they are surprised anyway. So the being lashes out towards Nikita and is going to attempt to grab and bite. Though it only rolls a 12, which I don't believe hits Nikita. I believe their armor class is higher than that. and that is the only surprise attack it gets. So, Thrag, you're up. Galadh, you are on deck.
All right, I'm going to run pretty much straight up to it, right next to where Nikita is. I'm
Okay,
gonna
so
go ahead.
you're hopping up onto the broken stone table that's there, and
Yep.
jumping over. Cool.
Go ahead and give a attack roll. That's a 23 to hit.
23 does hit.
Sweet. Damage die. That's a 7 for the first attack.
All right, so Thrag immediately jumps into action, reflexes on fire, jumps up onto the table, charges across it, parkours off the second half, and as he's landing, brings his pickaxe down with a shot straight to the torso of the being.
Hell yeah. And now, as I come down with that, I'm also going to try to bring it straight back up into it again as I'm recoiling from the first attack.
All right.
That's a 19, and I believe I have...
If it's something that would aid in attack roll damage, then that's not necessary because 19 does hit.
Nope, I have improved crit. That's what it was.
Ah,
So 19 crits for me.
okay, awesome. So your second strike, with the adrenaline pumping through you, gets to the actual torso of the humanoid part of its body,
Hell yeah.
which is kind of a big upward swing for you, comparing your height to its much larger stature. But you get a
Very
good
nice.
strike off. Roll damage.
Yep. So that would be a 7, and then multiply that by 2 for the crit. So that's a 14.
All right. And is that your whole turn?
Yeah, I'll play it safe and, leave it with successful hits.
Okay. Galadh, you're up. Ragtag, you're on deck.
All right.
Oh, I'm sorry. Nikita, what was your initiative roll? 15. Technically, you are before Galadh. So we'll flip it just because you had dipped out. So Galadh will go now. Nikita will go next. Ragtag will be after.
All right. Would I know if this creature is medium or smaller?
It is not.
Okay, never mind then. That changes exactly what I was going to do. Okay, I will... Okay, yeah, I will cast Ice Knife.
All right.
Which create a shard of ice and fling it at one creature within range. Make a ranged spell attack. On hit, target takes damage, yada yada yada. Each creature within 5... Oh, never mind. I will not use Ice Knife. I didn't
It's gonna
realize.
hit. It would hit.
Yeah,
Thrag, Nikita?
no. Yeah, it would, so I'm not going to do that. Okay, that
Alright.
changes to my other option, which is going to be walk on over here and hit him with a double-handed hit from my staff.
All right. Galadh charging in.
That will be 13 to hit.
13 does not hit.
Okay.
So you go for the strike, but the staff lands on the armored part of its arachnid body and just kind of gets glanced off. Do you have a
Alright.
second strike or a bonus action?
Unfortunately, no.
All right.
That's my turn.
Then with that, Nikita, you are up. Ragtag, you're on deck.
Nikita puts their hands above their eyes and then clenches their fist in front of their eyes, casting blindness onto the spider.
Okay.
It has to beat a choose one creature. Has to be a Constitution saving throw.
All right. Just got a new pack of dice yesterday. Let's christen them. And
Uh-huh.
the very first roll bounces clean out of my dice tray.
Best
okay.
play.
Perfect.
Constitution 15.
It beats the roll.
Okay, so no effect.
No effect.
Okay. Yeah, bonus action.
To be Constitution. Yeah. Okay. That's it. Yeah.
All right. No bonus action.
No.
All right. In that case, now it is up. It first kind of snarls at all of you and what are you doing in my lair? With this hissing, piercing voice as it goes to strike, this time at Thrag, who did the most damage to it. So its two front legs are going to lift and try and pierce into you. It rolled a dirty 20.
Oof. Yep, that's hitting.
All right. All right. And so you get hit with 9 piercing damage as its legs kind of come right down into your shoulder area. It's then going to attempt to use its secondary action to attempt to hit you with a poison spray, which you are in range for, so it is immediately a con save.
That is 21.
All right, 21 makes it, and I believe that actually, yes, that is going to be full damage resistance. No
Cool.
bad. So you get hit with this spray that it ejects from its mouth, thinking it's got you right where it wants you, held under its front spider legs, and the spray hits you, but you are a hardy bastard, and you shake it all off before it does any damage to you. All right, with that, Ragtag, you are up. Thrag, you're on deck.
Ragtag says, I hate this. And holds his wrench out in front of him with both hands, lines it like he's aiming down sights. Just yells, "Kill it with fire!" and fires off 3 bolts of a scorching ray. And as he does, there's actually a little extra arc that comes around it of just some electricity.
Ooh.
And that's going to do a little extra damage, which is nice. So, how does this work? Range spell attack. That fails. That fails to hit. That's a nat 1, folks.
And that one absolutely fails to hit. So
I need
you're
to see if that extra damage does something though.
okay.
No, it doesn't. Okay.
Okay. So in your
He looks. He goes, well, shit.
in your flustered frustration and surprise, you kind of shoot the attack off quickly, but not accurately. You just you lob it, and they kind of the 3 bursts of it just kind of barely arc around Ecos and come real damn close to hitting Nikita and Thrag.
Nikita turns around. I turn around. Ragtag, watch where you are pointing that thing.
I haven't cleaned this thing in a while. I'm sorry.
All right, Thrag, you're up. Nikita, you're on deck.
All right. I'm going to attack again. Gonna try to just, give him a good old stabby with my pickaxe.
Thrag's a simple man. See something, hit it.
Hell
Good
yeah.
idea.
Die, spider! 13?
13 does not hit. So
right.
you jump this time, and despite it being very large, it's very agile, and it's able to kind of weave its body out of the way for your first strike. Go for your second.
Damnable bastards. Right, and then I'll go for the extra attack. Ooh, that's going to be another 19 for another critical.
All right, roll damage.
That's going to be max damage
Nice.
for
Always what we
a
wanna hear on
9.
critical.
Yep, 9 times 2. So that's 18 damage.
All right. So while it jumps out of the way of your first hit, you're able to just get a backward swing with your offhand, and it goes right into its rib cage, right up into the side, and it shrieks out in pain with this terrible. And with that, Nikita, you are up. Galadh, you're on deck.
I close my eyes and I do the blindness spell again on the Ecos.
All right. Let's see. This time is only a 13 con save.
Try and hit me now, you bastard.
All right, so Ecos is now blind, which, remind me, gives him disadvantage on attacks.
Yes.
Okay.
And he can do a Constitution saving throw at the end of each turn.
Okay, cool. All right. With that, Galadh, you are up. Ragtag, you're on deck.
All right. I would like to cast Earthbind. So I need a Strength 14 saving throw from Ecos.
That is going to be only an 8.
Ooh, all right. He cannot move. So he's
All right.
bound to the ground and must succeed a strength saving throw at the, I presume, beginning of his turn to escape.
Gotcha. Is it beginning or end of the turn?
It does not say exactly. The target must succeed a strength saving throw, or its flying speed or movement speed is reduced to 0.
Okay. So first, the wave of kind of magical aura that appears from the backs of Nikita's hands, covering their eyes, gets reflected in the creature's eyes as the red goes slightly dimmer, causing another kind of freaked out reaction, another just guttural, and then Galadh follows it up with casting as some of the stonework around of the wall and floor of this structure reaches out like long fingers almost and grasps onto the arachnid body, holding this creature in place. With that,
did you give advantage on that attack?
that was a saving throw, not an attack.
Okay.
With that, Ecos is first going to try and escape. Natural 20 to escape the Earthbind. So, big, powerful creature. Although you got him initially, it just lifts its body with a lot of force and a roar and smashes out of the stone, and is then going to cast.
Well, no, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, I hate that.
Attempt to cast Bane on Nikita. And it's not an attack roll. He can sense your presence, so that is just a charisma save from you.
Charisma save. Net 20.
All right. Well, you feel the kind of dark energy surrounding your body, but being as familiar with arcane spellcasting as you are, you're able to, through your own force of will, break through the attempted casting on you and take no penalty.
Nice try, buddy.
That is going to try to overcome the blindness, and is definitely not going to do that with a natural 2. So here's where it's about to get interesting. They disappear. Their body kind of turns to this faint, translucent, very light blue color for an instant, and then they're gone, and you hear a crash in the next room over.
Okay.
Ragtag, you're up. Thrag, you're on deck.
Okay. Am I to assume that this is a wall?
That
we
is
can't see through?
that is a door.
As a door. Okay, cool. I'm gonna say. Okay. So Ragtag heard where the crash was.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Ragtag is going to cast. I just need to see what components this has. Okay. Ragtag grabs a little piece of mineral dust out of his pocket and throws it in the air. And
It says Mazel Tov.
Yeah, basically. He just throws it, shaboom, and then points his wrench at the next room over, and a loud explosion sound just erupts from it. Can I get a con save from Spider-Man there?
Okay.
Spider-Man.
Is gonna be dirty 20.
That does it. So he's going to take 4, 5, 8. He's going to take 8 thunder damage.
All right.
I think I hit him.
Where did that bastard go?
That way.
Right. Thrag, you are up. Nikita, you are on deck.
Excellent. Is that door open?
You didn't open that to cast, correct?
No, I fired like beyond it.
Gotcha. So the door is
Happened
closed.
on the other side.
Okay.
Yeah. Could we maybe assume Thunderwave did something to the door? It was a loud thunder or shatter.
Sure. I'll say it blew the door open, so you can now see directly in and see creature standing over this kind of broken brick fireplace.
Sweet. So that door just blasts open, and Thrag goes, "There you are, you bastard!" And then I'm just going to just charge straight at him
All right.
and just give like a
Big
like a
overhead
slam down while charge. Oh no. Shit. That's a natural one.
So you charged in very foolhardily,
Oh, no.
and your foot gets stuck on some of the spider webs that are on the floor and causes you to trip and fall forward. So Thrag, you're currently prone right in front of it.
Thrag definitely, like, as he was charging in and right before he was tripping, definitely was saying, "Parry this, you filthy cash," and then immediately tripped.
So Thrag,
love it.
you fell face first. You don't take any damage, but your dignity took at least
My-
a little
oh,
bit
God.
of damage.
Should I take some psychic damage?
Not that kind of fall, but close. All right, Nikita, you're up. Thrag is laying prone at the foot of this being. Galadh, you're on deck.
I run over to door, and a door. I look in, and I do not go through door, and I see Thrag. I said, "Don't worry, buddy. I got this. He will not get away." And I do grease onto this area right here. How do I do?
Double
Is
click
it-
for bang.
Yeah, double click.
I do grease into these 4 squares right here. I pull out a little
Gotcha.
bit of that pork fat from earlier, and I go, "I hate this spell," and then I toss it over, and a giant grease pit. If anyone goes there, it is now difficult terrain, and he will have to do roll so he does not fall.
That's good eating.
There we go. So I follow it in the grease pit. And with that, Galadh, you are up, and Ragtag, you're on deck.
All right. Watch out, Thrag, and I'm gonna try something new here. And now I will cast Ice Knife. And so I create a shard of ice, fling it. It's gonna theoretically go. Yeah, it's gonna go hopefully right over top of Thrag. Because I believe the way this works is I kind of create it in my hand and kind of do that sort of a thing. So I'm going to need a Dex save 14 from Ecos.
All right. And that is an 11. And the
All
first
right.
big boss you guys are facing is falling right into the tradition of this group's enemies rolling terribly.
I was
Yes.
gonna say it felt like the opposite for
Yeah.
most of this.
Yeah, really. Alright, so it's going to take 1d10 piercing damage, and I'm going to need a Dex save from Thrag as well.
With disadvantage because you're prone.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna be able to do anything about this.
And what's the damage, Galadh?
That will be 7 damage.
All right.
Well, I'm pretty sure I failed because I only rolled a 6.
Yep. Okay.
How much?
You're
7.
taking 7. Hold on. The target.
So.
Oh, well, okay. Wait, hold on. No, I completely misunderstood this. Okay, so hold on. I have to actually make an attack for this.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I misread that. All right, 18 to
reading
hit.
comprehensions.
Nikita and Ragtag are the readers here. What was the attack roll?
18 to hit.
18 does hit, so this goes through as.
Okay, so and
as
then he
intended.
failed the dex save, so he
Yep.
takes the 7 from the initial hit, and then I need 2d6, which the 2d6 is also going to hit Thrag. So you can keep the 7 off your damage, Thrag. And then you will take 10 though, and so will Eco. So 17 to Ecos, 10 to Thrag.
All right.
10 to me.
So you fire this big old ice knife.
Basically, just
that-
a shaped icicle. Just kind of pull some water out of my water skin, magically freeze it, and just shoot it. Kind of like, not quite throwing a dart, but kind of same kind
Guiding
of
a dart.
concept. Yeah.
Telepathically guiding
Exactly.
a dart.
Yeah.
As it skims up Thrag's as it skims up my back, I just go, "What's the hair?"
That's not how Thrag expected to have shivers sent down his spine, but alas.
Yeah, very good.
And it kind of impales Ecos in the torso and before
that's when it
shattering.
explodes, yeah.
And Ecos cries out in pain and looks back up at all of you guys and like he's ready to strike, but instead is going to take his action to turn to the fireplace, reach in and you fumble around for a quick second before tearing out and breaking through some of the other brick that now kind of stumbles around the floor next to the pit, pulls out this silver rod with these 3 kind of blue bands along it and a clear orb at the end with this swirled blue glass pattern over top of it, hisses at all of you. Body turns that translucent blue again and disappears.
Damn it, where'd he go?
I need a perception check from all 4 of you.
Oh hell!
Oh, natural
I can't
20.
see shit.
Galadh, you hear the little of its front legs down the stairs.
Wait, how does it go downstairs? Does it have to go through doors?
You don't
And
know?
there is
I
grease
think
and
I think it could teleport. I don't know if that rod was involved.
I don't care what they can do. Just bring me to them.
Yeah, let's go.
All right.
Okay,
It sounds like
Anybody
you went.
see where I went?
It sounds like you went downstairs. So where's the nearest stairway? And
Well, the nearest door is the one that Nikita put oil in front of.
Cool.
of course. All right.
okay, watch out, guys. Hold on to something when walking. It's a little slippery. I had a plan did not work. You know, you try your best, and when you don't succeed, well, you know.
Ragtag remembers that we were kind of going in a circle, right? Because we were, right?
Yeah.
We opened doors all the way through. I'm gonna go the other way. I'll catch up with you guys.
I will be with you.
Okay, so you two run back around into the kind of dining room area, the bedroom area, and then the library, and then come back out the other side into the hallway, into the stairwell.
I'm gonna come up. I'm gonna like start, kind of moving up this way, and then I'm going to take my pickaxe, dig it into the wall, and then use it so that I can like water ski around the corner on the grease around it.
I'm not even gonna make you roll for it. That happens. That was cool.
And I'm just gonna be an old man and
and tiptoe
use
through it.
my staff. Yeah, I got a quarter staff. That'll do.
Come on, Galadh!
All right, so
Walking
you
stick
all
the way
head
through.
back into that hallway and start to run down the stairs. It does take you a few seconds to, about 30 seconds, 40 seconds to all get back into that hallway and begin down the stairs. You continue back down into the kind of main foyer of the mansion, and you can see, based on the little pinholes, that it appears to be going back down the way you came into the labyrinth.
Okay. I don't have fond memories of this place.
I say we leave it. We leave it. We know. Let's close doors. If we close doors, it cannot get out. It's
Hang on.
simple.
Well, it seems like it can teleport, so maybe the doors won't have too much of an effect there.
I think I noticed something important. That rod he pulled out of the chimney seemed important.
I
Do you think that was a rod?
I do have a hunch that
Looks
is
like a rod.
exactly what at least
Oh,
myself
it
and
is.
Thrag are looking for.
It is Rod. We did not look in chimney. Classic
important.
hiding place. Classic place people put things.
I mean, it was very noticeable. I noticed it.
I'm
Oh,
a
yeah.
miner, not a chimney sweep.
You look a lot older than 18, but okay.
Love it.
All right, so are you going back down into the labyrinth?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So you charge down. You remember the way through. It was, not very long ago that you just came through this. Were guided through the correct way. So you're able to, especially between Nikita and Ragtag, who are good with these kinds of puzzles, you're able to retrace your steps back the way you came relatively quickly until you come back to the stone door that you guys had closed behind you to keep the big horde of wolf spiders from following you. The door is now pried open and even kind of scratched and cracked in the kind of point that would meet the wall. And looking in, you can hear the skittering of all the spiders over the water, and you see the shape of Ecos standing over the sigil, and kind of like looking around frantically. And you see him rummage through the water, pick his hand up. It's kind of covered in a little bit of the blood that had was being drawn in. He just looks, and you just hear, not enough, as he
Ragtag
grabs.
screams, "Fuck you! Can I fire a firebolt at him?"
What's the range on firebolt?
120 feet.
You can. He's going to reaction attempt to counterspell.
That's fair.
Natural 20.
Oh,
Yeah. I rolled like ass. So. Oh shit! I got.
So it
Can we
begins to
stop at
cast
that
right
new
out of
Dave's
your
store
weapon,
on the
but
way
then
back?
fizzles out as soon as it's about to fully cast. As he does that, he grabs one of the nearby wolf spiders and just tears it in half as its blood drips down very quickly and immediately into the rune. Doing this causes pretty much the entire rest of the swarm to begin scattering before they can get away. Grabs another one and tears it as well to bleed it into the sigil.
I want to start
Something tells me we
like
should stop
marching
that from
towards him and go, "You want more blood? I'll give you blood."
Okay.
He is just over 30 feet from you, so you can't get to him quite fast enough this turn. So as you're charging, you hear him say, "My queen shall rise once more." Just as you're about to get to him, pulls out the rod and slams the rod into the sigil as he yells, which I don't believe any of you recognize the language of. Does anyone speak Abyssal?
actually, hold on. I think I might. I have to find where that is.
If this is what he does to friends, what will he do to us? I am but
Probably
They're
murder. That's what he was trying to do a few
here.
minutes ago.
I do
Ragtag is,
speak
by
a
the way,
missile.
right now trying to solve the fact that he can't fire any proper spells by adjusting his wrench with a smaller wrench.
I love it. And I do speak a missile.
So you recognize it as saying, "Rise, Queen Mother." The sigil glows and flickers, sending ripples through the water, and then fades. And the water gets still. He shouts, "What? No!" And turns to the party, says, "I shall devour you for this!" And now we will switch over to the next map.
Yay!
Uh-oh.
Gentlemen,
I love your transitions from talking for him to just being like, and now we're gonna switch over.
demonic, and we're gonna switch. Demonic.
And we're walking.
Gentlemen, he seems to be attempting to
So
raise
Thrag
a,
had gotten
a
to about
queen
there.
of some kind, and now he apparently wants to eat us. I do not think I would make that delicious of a meal, you know.
Okay, so Thrag had charged in. Where was my initiative order? There we go. So Nikita, you're up. Galadh, you're on deck.
All right.
I open up my my shirt again to bring out the diamond, and I shoot chromatic orb as I bring up diamond, and I will do chromatic orb in a another bit of lightning at him.
All right. And that's a ranged spell attack or just a saving throw?
Aye, ranged. It will 12 hit him.
12 does not hit.
Oh, this
So
is bit.
the pillars in the room being larger and kind of between you happen to draw some of the lightning away.
Wait, is it still blinded?
No.
Okay.
Yes, in the time it took for you guys to get to this room, he was able to dispel that magic as well. All right, Galadh, you are up. Ragtag, you're on deck.
All right. Let's try another Earthbind. Gonna need a Strength save 14.
Okay. This time, I don't believe he... yep, 11.
All right. Once again, he cannot move.
All right. So, Ecos is once again the kind of long fingers of stone erupting from the floor, and this time from the surrounding pillars wrap around his body and hold him in place. As Galad's kind of standing there, focusing with the staff to try and keep that energy focused on holding him.
And in the
Ecos'
meantime,
turn to try and
I'm
break out of it.
gonna move on over here. We're kind of halfway behind this pillar as well.
Sure. So, Ecos does not roll strength check. Only rolls a 5. So Ecos is still held under the Earthbind, but is going to attempt to cast Detect Magic, like its last spell slot of that level. What level spell is Earthbind?
Second level.
Second level. So cast and dispel magic automatically dispels it, but that is his whole action. So it is now Ragtag's turn. Thrag, you're on deck.
Ragtag grabs a pinch of iron from his pocket, in like his shirt pocket of his. Does he wear overalls? No, he's wearing a shirt.
You're wearing like a mechanic's apron.
Yeah, there you go. So he reaches into the mechanic's apron, grabs a little pinch of powdered iron, just kind of throws it generally in the direction of the spider, and yells, "Eeny, meeny, mony, miny, make this fucking spider tiny!" And
I like to think, in combined with the spell magic, that's what makes Galadh drop the spell. Possibly more so that. That was
All right,
hilarious.
can I get a con save from the spider?
All right.
This is how I make up for not playing a bard anymore. Go on.
Let's see.
That's fantastic.
Nope, it's rolling like your enemy is 11.
Oh, thank God. Okay. It is now reduced by 1 size category.
Okay. So it shrinks down to about 6 feet tall instead of 10 feet tall.
Seems more manageable. And now it deals
Hold on, let me-
1d4 less damage with all attacks.
Huh. Hold on. All right. Shrunk down.
That's all I got.
All right.
Y'all go on
Thrag.
now.
Thrag, you're up.
All right. So, unfortunately, because I'm a dwarf, I still can't quite reach him.
I tried.
Thrag, if
I'm
you can
almost
get,
there.
if you can get
When I
between-
get there, I'm going to beat the shit out of you.
Thrag, if you can get between me and him, I can get you there.
You should have been able to do that.
Yeah, I could.
I was gonna say you were where here? Yeah,
Yeah.
you were
I
there.
could either go there or there, and that would be, in between
There?
them. Yeah,
you
that
go.
would work. Okay, and
So Galadh
Yeah.
yells that out to you that he can get you there. So you
Yep.
go between
so then
them.
I go there.
Galadh, is this a reaction or does Thrag have to wait till your turn?
He's got to wait till my turn, unfortunately.
So Thrag, you can hold your action. Because you've only taken movement.
That's
So
true.
you can hold
I've
your
only-
action until Galadh takes his turn.
Yeah, Thrag will move into position and have his axe ready to strike.
Cool. Nikita, you're up. Galadh, you're on deck.
In the meantime, let us try this, and I do firebolt at him with the finger pointed and pulling the trigger.
Very good. Roll ranged attack.
Oh, that hits. 24.
24 does hit. So the energy pulses in Nikita's finger, and as he pulls the trigger, the firebolt rips across the battlefield, kind of igniting the whole room in a red color, reflecting off of all the water, and even kind of singeing some of the spider webs that are floating on top of the water.
It does a grand total of 4 damage.
Okay.
Early game is rough.
Yep.
Yes,
Still,
guys,
it-
high five! I hit him!
It does hit kind
I
of
managed.
the upper torso area, and you see some singed skin. Galadh, you're up. Ragtag, you're on deck.
Alright. I will take aim at Thrag and very much channeling my inner airbender and just blow a puff of air and cast the cantrip Gust, which will push Thrag 5 feet directly into him.
Ha. There we go.
All right, and I'm gonna go ahead and roll my attack strike since I was holding my action.
You were.
12.
12 does not hit.
Okay. Technically, extra attack is just part of the one action. Do I still get
Yeah,
my? Okay.
I'll give you the bonus action. I think technically 5e rules says you wouldn't get it, but I'll give it to you. That's silly, so I will make a house rule regardless.
Didn't matter. I still missed anyway.
All right. So you were.
I just was not expecting it at all.
You weren't sure what Galadh was going to do. You just knew it was something, and being pushed by the wind through the water, it was still kind of slippery, so you didn't have the most form in your strike, and it ended up just biffing
Whiffing both of them.
Yep, just kind of like rah, rah,
She's like, "Ah, Galadh, what the?
while very off balance. But you're now in striking distance for your next turn. All right. But you're now in Eco's striking distance as well, who is first going to attempt to break the Earthbind, and still does not with only a 10. But is then going to...
No, wait, hold on. Didn't he dispel magic?
You're right.
Yeah.
He did.
As much as I hate to remind you of that, he did do that.
It's okay. It's honorable, and you're saving me from anyone watching who would be like, "No, he could do it." So now the turn will get taken as intended. So another attempted strike with the front legs does a 14 hit, Thrag.
Yes.
All right. That's going to be 8 damage. And then followed up with another attempted poison spray, so I'm going to need another con save.
That one was even higher. 23.
All right, so once again, kind of digs those front legs into your shoulders, which are now starting to get very sore from getting stabbed multiple times.
Yeah.
Thankfully, you're wearing leather armor over their shoulders, so it's kind of taking the brunt of the impact, and just a little bit's getting through to actually pierce the skin.
He does it, and I just go, "Stop doing that!"
And as you yell, "Stop doing that!" The poison spray gets sent straight at your face, but the hardy bastard you are, you basically go to blow it out of your face and give what would essentially be flipping off with a facial expression.
He sprays me, and I just spit back in his face.
He's back at you. Ragtag, you're up. Thrag, you're on deck.
Let's try this again. And this time going for like a one-arm shot with his wrench. Lines it up with his eye line and fires off a firebolt. Thank you. Finally, something halfway decent. That's 19 to hit.
19 does hit.
Sweet. So Ragtag aims it up and shoots just a burst of fire coursing through the air straight at Ecos' chest.
All right. Roll damage.
And that is going to do 9 plus 8. Plus there's an extra coursing bit of electricity around it, which does an extra 4. So that's 21 damage.
All right. So much like Nikita's strike, the webs around the water are getting singed. And with that, it hits him square in the chest, and now a much bigger section of his torso is very, very clearly and very badly burnt.
Chew on that!
Thrag, you're up. Nikita, you're on deck.
All right.
Metaphorical, you can't chew fire.
Let's see here. All right, so first attack. That's a dirty 19.
Dirty 19 does hit.
Cool. Seven damage. And then extra attack. 13 you said did not hit, I'm pretty sure, so.
It did not, but your first strike was enough. Describe your kill.
Haha! So. Oh, jeez. I don't know what I want to do to kill. I wasn't expecting to get the kill. Thrag is gonna. I'm gonna drop my pickaxe, or so I hit him, and then as I hit him, I leave my pickaxe in him. I grab his front legs, pull them off, and then just stab him with them.
Ooh, very
There it
cool.
There it is.
That's awesome.
So you get them just both right through the now much weaker skin due to the burn from Ragtag's attack, and so those sharp pinpointed rapier-like legs just go straight through the front torso as it screams out in pain as it dies, as blood starts spurting out of its mouth, and it falls over limp into the water.
I wipe all the poison off my face from the last round. I just go disgusting, and then I just take my pickaxe out of him and start walking back to the rest of the group.
Ragtag's going to immediately run over to the center of the pool. I just need to take a look at something, and can I make an Arcana check on the rune and everything just to make sure it's inactive, does not need to be worried about?
Sure.
10.
It doesn't seem to be currently active. It doesn't look like it's still filling with the blood that was being drained into it. It looks like it's kind of still, but you're not positive.
Can I attack it? I'm going to cast a firebolt at it.
Okay.
19.
You hit it.
Stationary object.
Yep.
Does it do anything?
It's the magic energy hits it. It kind of faintly glows just for a moment as kind of a flicker, and then right back down to nothing and stillness.
All right, I think we're good on this for now. I don't really know. You there, pointing at Nikita. You want to take a look at this? You seem magically inclined.
Yes, give me 1 second. I've pulled out my book and I'm just making a quick sketch. Look, I just make quick sketch to remember what we did here. I am great artist. I hope you like, and I show the image that I make.
Wait. Let me get a close up there. Damn, spot on, honestly.
I am no grand Gorgon the Great. Everyone know Gorgon the Great. But I try. I try. So there is my image, and this I do not know what this is, and I would be careful. But let me think about it.
I'll say Nikita, roll an Arcana check.
While he's rolling, I'm gonna come back over to the rod, and I'm just gonna. I'm no spellcaster, but I'm pretty sure if we take this out and I rip it out of the circle, that it won't work anymore.
Well, before you do that, I am sitting. I am in my. Give me 1 second. I go into my library. Don't not worries, and I rolled a 19 with Arcana, so it'd be like a 20 something.
So say you can definitely recognize that some of the sigils used within this rune are those associated with summoning circles. You're not sure what the specific ones are, so you're not completely familiar with what it's supposed to summon, but it does appear that it is inactive. That whatever it's trying to call is not currently on its way through.
I put my hand, my 2 fingers on my hand, and I kind of close my eyes, and my eyes kind of flicker, and I say, yes, here we go. This is a summoning sigil, and as of right now, I think we should be okay. There is no real danger at the moment, but I have it down in my book, and I will take it to library, and I will look into it, see if we find anything else. Are there symbols in circles?
What do you mean in circles?
There are circles in between.
Those are just part of the overall rune.
Okay, I do great job in writing them down.
We'll say yes, you do, as there's no immediate crunch. You do, however, start to hear the skittering of the wolf spiders again.
We should grab a stick and leave.
Yeah, let's get out of here.
Yeah, that does sound agreeable.
All right, so are you heading back out the way you initially came in, or back towards the mansion?
Ragtag immediately makes for the mansion.
Okay.
Nikita is going to I look through my pockets, and then I go, here it is, and I pull out some fleece. And is the door that we first came into open?
Like from the outside of the swamp?
Yes.
Yeah, that one's not a door, that's just kind of an open archway.
Okay.
That's not where the spiders came in from. That's just where they blocked off when they came in. There are like kind of holes and cracks around the ceiling. Like this is ancient underground structure. That's where they were mostly coming in from.
I pick up fleece, and I rub it in my hands, and then I pull it into like a single string, and then my mind bends it, and I let it go, and an Ecos imitation lifts up from where it was and starts to run out the door towards the swamp again, and with fake rod in hand, making direction to wolves to go out as I cast a major illusion.
That's
All right.
neat.
And you do, as you see some of the spiders starting to filter back in from their little crevice entrances and start climbing back down the walls, they do actually start to turn and go back out that door and not towards the one that you are exiting back to the mansion towards. They do begin to follow the major image.
Let's
Great
go, guys.
thinking.
Very
I'm
nice.
gonna run for the end.
Yeah, Ragtag
Yeah.
just starts kind of calmly walking back to the
All right.
the mansion.
Are you can still close the stone door behind you that
Oh
is
yeah, no,
leaving
we
the room.
definitely
Oh,
close that.
Cool. So since you're not in quite as much of a rush, since the spiders are following Ecos, I'll say you don't need the strength checks. Between the four of you, you can push that large, heavy stone door closed without too much of an issue. With that, you head back through the labyrinth once again and back up into the mansion. So you had looked through most of the first floor and didn't find too much of interest, mostly just furniture and, a couple of the old books. You did pick up some of the things of note that you did find, and then went upstairs and had found that library and the bedroom and the dining room. You didn't really get a chance to explore the living room area where that fireplace was, that he pulled the rod out from the chimney. But it also there wasn't too much in that room, aside from the fireplace and a couple broken chairs. So what are you guys doing right now?
Ragtag's gonna take a. Can I make a perception check in that room?
Sure.
No, I can't. Never
Yeah.
mind.
Can we go back to libraries for a quick second?
Sure.
In libraries, I look for books on spider queens.
I'll say roll investigation.
This rod is very shiny.
Yeah.
Inspecting the rod.
I'll go over
But
and
actually,
help with
that
inspection.
is a point of something you would notice, is that while everything else in this mansion is either covered in dust or covered in spider webs, that is the one thing that seems completely clean.
I
Can I
rolled
take a look at that thing?
For Nikita, what did you roll?
17.
17. I will say you find a book that's kind of just on general arachnid physiology. So it's not so specific to spider queens or anything like that, and it's pretty damaged from some of the swamp moisture and other spider webs in there. It's like as soon as you went to open it, some of the pages immediately tore from being stuck from the webs. But nothing specific to
Look at how they take care of these books. What a disgrace. I'll get what I can from it.
So Ragtag, you said you were asking Thrag to look at it?
Can I see that thing?
I
take a
hesitate
look.
for a second because I'm like, if he doesn't give it back, I won't get my gold. Yeah, I like him, and then I hand it to him.
Thanks. Can I make an Arcana check on it?
Sure.
There we go. 18.
Cool. So, yeah, as you pick up the rod and have it in your hand, that clear orb at the end actually turns a kind of a faint light blue and shimmers with a slight motion, almost like light reflecting off water. You can definitely tell that whatever this thing is has some sort of enchantment about it. This is not just a matter of craftsmanship that it's creating to do it. You can't tell exactly what, but you are sure that if people were if people were being sent in with some kind of commotion about some kind of rod, and even to the point of this kind of crazy monster being trying to use it in some kind of ritual, this is definitely what that object is.
Ragtag looks at it and says, neat, and hands it back.
Now, Thrag, I was sent here to retrieve that, but I only need it, as it was supposed to be, or I was told at least that it was to help with some medical issue. You know, I don't really need it beyond that, so would we be able to take a quick detour before you turn that in to get your reward? As far as I know, whatever they need it for wouldn't damage it or drain its magical properties in any way. We'd only need, a quick detour to halfway across the continent.
I was gonna say, it wouldn't be quick. But...
all right, but you owe me a keg.
Oh, that we can do. Is there anything you like? I can brew up just about whatever you'd like.
I'm going to like you.
So Nikita, do you have anything to add to the conversation, as you also were sent here for the rod?
Let's get back to town before we talk about what we do with the rod. We do not know what dangers still lie in Marsh. Perhaps not all of us will get back.
What are you talking about? We already killed the big spider.
There is lots of stuff out here.
Like giant crocodile that we found wrapped up in tree.
Yeah, that sounds like a thing. Huh.
So let us not be so arrogant as to believe because we have defeated one enemy, we can defeat all enemies. Think!
Well, yeah. Think. Okay, let's go.
Okay, so you're heading back to the town?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So you are pretty deep in the Ulmarsh. It'll probably take nearly, especially with how rough the terrain it'll probably take you nearly a whole day's travel to get back to the edge of it. And most of you have been traveling.
I need my rope and my grappling hook.
With how long it took you to get through the labyrinth the first time, the whole way back through to get back to Ecos, and the whole way back to the mansion again, and the time you spent in it, you have all been up for the better part of a whole day. It is probably nearing, or Galadh, you would be aware that while you guys had initially gotten up kind of very early morning, was like 3-4 a.m. It by now would be nearing like 9-10 p.m. again.
Well, it is fairly late now. We've been up for a bit. Do we want to
I haven't been up that long. I slept for
no, actually,
days.
you
have also been up. It was maybe like 8 a.m., 9 a.m. by the time they actually found you.
We've been wandering around better part of 16 hours now.
We've made quite a bit of commotion here, and there are still spiders in basement. I don't know if staying here is best course of action.
Yeah, let's get rolling.
We should perhaps find how far until back to where we slept before.
How would Ragtag know that?
If anything, I think Galadh would know that.
Yeah, I was gonna say that would be more of a Galadh thing.
I also have keen mind, so I can know.
It was give or take 3-4 hours away.
We can stay here, or we can head back to 3. We know that 3 is safe for most part, and it may be dark, but I believe if we make it back, we can sleep in comfort there. And plus, there's probably still some good spider left to eat. Well, maybe the marsh eaten by now.
Oh no. Okay.
But I could only get up in the tree because of my grappling hook and my rope. It's still back in that old temple or whatever.
I think I can make you something.
Okay.
I, as a
So-
player, very much like where that sentence can lead us.
So
Uh,
we head back.
Yeah, let's head to this tree.
So you got you guys head out of the mansion. You get about 20 or so feet from it, and you see the mansion itself start to like get translucent and then fade, and you no longer see it.
It was all a dream. Oh, that's weird.
I used to read Word Up magazine.
Did anybody else see that just disappear?
Yep, happens.
Aren't you glad we did not sleep there?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Nikita and Ragtag roll Arcana checks.
Doesn't matter what I roll. Doesn't. No.
I roll 15.
I rolled a 3. Folks.
Um,
A 3.
You're not sure what spell or what level, but you as someone who has focused on illusions, are aware that this is definitely some sort of illusion thing likely to keep the mansion hidden.
Do you know why I look at it? I think it's just trick of eye. Very simple, probably, gas fumes
The
and
mansion was a trick of an eye, or the lack of mansion?
the lack of mention.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
That's nice.
So,
Ragtag like picks up a rock and throws it at the mansion.
very, very simple
Roll
magic.
perception.
Good.
Very simple magic, but it
Nat
does drop.
20.
The rock does disappear after it hits a certain threshold, and then you do very faintly hear like a.
Yeah, I can see the pixels. Okay, let's go.
Let us go.
Cool. So you begin your trek back towards the tree. You're able to retrace your steps fairly well. You didn't necessarily take the most efficient way to get here. You were kind of wandering around a little bit. You had encountered the tree ant who pointed you in the right direction. But you go back to about where you remember the conversation with the tree ant, and then from there about back to where that tree was. At this point, you see that a couple of the spider bodies have washed away in the just general trickling stream of the marsh. But aside from that, the little kind of makeshift lean-to that was up in the tree that you guys put together is still there.
It's a nice little spot.
Okay,
So-
this time, Ragtag, you take first watch instead of last watch.
This time. Okay.
And don't go anywhere off on your own.
Try.
I will stay up with Ragtag. I only need to meditate for 4 hours.
Yeah,
I
last
will-
time you were doing the full rest because you
Yeah.
were injured. This time
I was
I
very
don't believe you
much
took any damage.
a little bit, but not too bad. Nothing I can't heal up.
Cool.
I will take third watch then.
All right. So Ragtag and Galadh, roll perception for your watch hours.
10.
Should be 22.
Okay. Galadh, you notice kind of periodically you'll see a wolf spider kind of pass, not close enough to you to be of worry, but you're more aware of them now, and knowing that they kind of followed this illusionary ecos out of the that chamber and out into the swamp, that they're probably scattering for what they might view as following their master. So you see a couple of them over the course of the hours of your watch, but none of them get close enough to be of any issue, so no reason to wake the gang.
All right.
Thrag.
When I hand over the watch, I'll Frag's up next for the watch.
Yep.
Yeah, I will. I'll let him know about that. Keep an eye out.
Very well. Thank you.
All right, Thrag, roll perception for your portion of the watch.
16.
You don't notice very much. At one point, a gator, just a regular sized alligator, just comes up and starts kind of like clawing at the bottom of the tree, like it's interested in seeing, what potential dinner might be sitting up there in that lean-to. But it's a gator; it can't get up into the tree.
I look down and I just give a chuckle, and then I just tear off a piece of bark and throw it at it.
Roll attack.
Add a dex modifier, I guess.
Yes.
Okay, 17.
It hits him in the head and boinks off, and then the gator looks angry for a second and quickly scurries away in the water.
Yeah, no lunch here for you.
The rest of your watch goes by without a hitch. Nikita, you are up.
Who has rod?
I
Give it to Thrag.
believe Thrag had his hands.
I think I was just holding it.
Yep.
I probably have it like sticking out my backpack or something like that.
Is his backpack on him?
I'm using it as a pillow.
I look at Rod, and I consider taking Rod, but and
Question for the dungeon master: how long are the watches? We talking like 4-hour watches?
They're 2 to 3 hour watches each.
Okay, never mind then. I'm gonna still be in my trance.
Yep.
I look at Rod and I consider taking Rod. I go to touch it, but perhaps Thrag moves a little in his sleep, and I decide now is not moment for me to take Rod, and I sit down and watch, but remember that Thrag has Rod.
All right.
As he's about to touch it, I feel like I definitely like snore like a little like.
I have 13 perception.
You don't notice anything of interest that happens over the couple hours, just typical swamp life around you, which to you is disgusting and awful, and you hate that you've been here as long as you have. It's very, very unclean, very something just naturally wet about all of it.
It's too moist for him.
As daybreak begins to hit, I kick Thrag and I say, Thrag, wake up. It is time for us to leave. Everybody get up.
Which you don't really know daybreak has hit because the sunlight doesn't really break through the treetops here, but
I have keen mind.
But yes, you are aware it's about 8 a.m. or so, and you guys have been sleeping for about 7-8 hours.
Let us go.
Morning. Okay.
Yeah, morning.
As he says, as Nikita says, "Let's go." I wake up as if I'm like coming out of a bed, and I go to take a step off, and I just fall out of the tree.
Roll a dex check to see if you catch yourself. But I'll say with disadvantage because you're still groggy from just waking up.
A 4.
Yeah, no, you fall out of the tree, and you take six fall damage as you plummet into the.
You guys hear an audible thump on the ground. Very audible.
With a bit of a splash because the water's about 5-6 inches deep in this body fell.
Ragtag leans over, notices him mid-fall.
Yeah, mid-fall.
And Like looks for his Mythful. That's good. Grabs the wrench out of his pocket and just kind of like Featherfall after he's hit the ground.
Oh, you'll love to see it.
How much damage did you say it took?
6 fall damage.
Well, I just took a long rest, so at least that's good.
So did Ragtag just say it, or did Ragtag actually expend the spell slot?
No, Ragtag burnt a spell slot on that 100%.
Okay. Very good.
Do I feel the feather fall after the fact? Like, do I
Yes.
feel?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you absolutely feel like you just got a lot lighter, and like you could float if you could moon jump and stuff like
I
that.
practically like jump out of like the mud and water. Ragtag, a little sooner next time.
Well, you're welcome.
Nikita kind of like prances over to one of the two branches, looking down at Thrag and says, "Quick with the drink, but not with your feet, I guess." and I grab branch and I like just like with my hands let go, and I drop down to 3, and I help him out of mud.
I will say you actually use your cat's claws to climb down the tree a little bit.
Yes,
You were a little far up to just hang and drop from the branch you were on, but you get low enough first to find.
Does
one of those branches.
does a staff fall out of bag when he falls into mud?
Ooh.
The rod and his bag are both still on the lean-to. He fell.
Toss down his bag. I give it to him. Mountain man.
I don't know if Mountain Man is supposed to be Thrag or Galadh, because it applies to both.
I don't know. You all look the same to me.
Okay, what I pick up.
Ragtag completely erroneously takes this to mean him, and just kind of like gently kicks over the bag and goes, Mountain Man does whatever a mountain can.
Would I pick up anything?
Roll insight.
I was gonna say, well, or even if it's like with my
Ragtag's
passive,
too tired to roll insight.
with like
Yeah,
my
Ragtag's
passive
out.
wisdom or something for insight, or would that be a passive? 'Cause I'm not actively looking for that. Is the thing.
Perception is noticing physical
Well, no,
things.
this is
Insight
passive.
is for...
Well, no, this is passive wisdom, which is insight. It's like a kind of a passive
okay.
insight check rather than what because I'm not actively looking for that. But would something about that seem off?
What is your passive wisdom?
16.
Then Nikita would have to roll against that.
Also, Ragtag has no wisdom at all, so this is not at all a question for him.
What do I roll?
It would be deception.
Um, 12.
Galadh, you find the fact that he's asking about it a little curious because he hasn't really shown any interest in any of your persons really at all. Past just like the idea that you guys are kind of useful for this endeavor. So it seems a little out of character that he would ask for something in such a, like, helping one of you guys out of the good of his heart context. You're not sure what's up. It's out of character that he would ask it.
Okay, I will remember that. I'm not going to do anything with that now, though.
Galadh will remember that.
Galadh will remember that. Wes will not. Not in
Keen
the
mind, so
slightest.
now I get to remember it and remind you. It's
Actually,
funny.
no, hold
Notes,
on. No,
people,
I
notes.
While my
have, yeah, I was
short-term
gonna say
memory,
I've got notes. Hold on.
while as Dane,
Sure.
my short-term memory is awful. my long-term memory is absolutely the keen mind feat, and I can absolutely pull out details that are just, oh, how do you guys not remember this thing from a month and a half ago?
And meanwhile, I now have a note in my character sheet that just says Nikita sus.
Yes!
And I'm not gonna have any idea what that means.
Emergency
very good.
meeting.
Yep.
I'm just gonna get a message in Discord while we're playing from West, just like, hey,
Why
what did
Nikita
Nikita sus
sus?
mean?
Yeah.
I have it. I don't remember.
Yeah. All right.
So
I
what
guess,
is Galadh actually doing though?
I guess I'll just watch the bag fall.
Okay, Nikita, you catch the bag.
No.
You let
No.
it fall into the mud.
Yes.
Jerk.
So I'm just like, I'm getting all the mud off of me and everything, and I hear Nikita say, throw down his bag, and then I just watch him right next to Nikita, and I'm just like,
And it's funny, like he had his
Why?
arms out like he was gonna catch it, but then just like watched it fall through them and made no attempt to actually catch it.
Which seems very on brand as well.
I'm sorry. I'm Butterfingers. You say, right?
Butterfingers, you didn't even try to grab it.
But my fingers are tired of doing too much.
Just come over, pick up the bag, shake it a couple times, get all the mud wetting off of it, and just put it on my back. And I'm
Thankfully, it is
just like,
leather, so it's not like soaked through or anything like
Yeah.
that, but it is pretty filthy now. While
Yeah.
previously just your boots and pants up to, well, for you at your height, pants probably up to your thighs were wet and filthy. Now your back is as well, as this mud covered bag gets put back on you.
I'm gonna say pants are not the only thing about him is wet and filthy. What?
oh Jesus!
I had to. Sorry, that was a good setup.
As Wes or as Galadh?
Yes,
Hard to say.
yes, I'd say that's more a West thing, but yes.
Okay.
Um,
So
Nikita looks at Galadh and says, "I don't. This joke, you make joke."
I'll just jump out of the tree, and as I'm falling, cast Gust directly below me to soften the fall.
okay.
And just completely ignore him.
So it's like
Oh,
you drop a bit,
definitely.
the gust kind of like pushes you back up for a second, then you fall
Yeah.
the rest of the way.
Yeah.
So you take no fall damage. And
As he casts the gust, like the gust moves like some of the water and splashes some of the mud, and I definitely get hit in the face with more
Yes.
mud,
Yes.
Yep.
and I have to wipe it off again, and I just storm off it. You bastards!
and Ragtag. By now, I'll say you are pretty awake. You're tired, but you're sentient again.
Yeah, Ragtag kind of awkwardly fumbles his way down the tree, carefully finding footholds and stuff. And all right, we should get going. Let's roll on out here.
We
And
have
he
no
just
wheels.
starts
Why we roll?
It's metaphor. A lot of metaphors here. Okay, and just starts walking.
In the correct
back to
direction?
town. Yes, back to town. He knows that much.
All right.
All right. So
Oh, yeah.
over the next decent chunk of time, I believe it was about 6-ish hours. Might have even been more than that. Might have been closer to 8. That it takes you to traverse the rest of the way through this marsh and back toward the edge of it, and you come out to the kind of forest line where the mud and water slowly comes to a stop, and dry land, consistent dry land, becomes your foothold, and the trees, while still very much a forest, are less condensed, and more of the sunlight is making its way through. You take the now much easier path the rest of the way back, about another 5.5-6 hours. So by the time you're actually getting back to Ekrin, it's already the evening time again, probably about 7-8 p.m. as you are walking tired-legged, just a shit ton of walking throughout the last couple days and through fairly rough terrain. Your feet all hurt, you're covered in mud, you feel like shit, and you're walking back into this warm town just as the sun is setting. And that is where we're going to take our break and jump to intermission.
All right. We will be back in just a few minutes, folks. So we'll see you in just a moment.
These fanfics are getting crazy. I love it.
Ah. The intermission.
Welcome to Intermission with TFR.
Oh yeah, this is the part
Hello.
where we get
This is
ourselves a
TFR
little
Intermission, baby.
live performance here.
Oh yeah.
Everybody sit back, relax, and enjoy.
Hang on, give Ragtag 2 seconds. He just realized that the intermission thing he made isn't transparent,
Alex.
so you can't see any faces. It's really getting on his nerves, folks. Sometimes when I'm
Professional
doing the
D&D.
Ragtag voice, it feels like it's getting kind of close to Morty.
It really does.
Yeah, it's
Oh, jeez.
a little bit.
You're the mixture of Rick and Morty.
It's halfway between like Shaggy and Morty. That's
Yeah.
what it is. There's like this little bit of Shaggy in there, Scoob.
You're a wonderwall.
How's everybody doing? What's up, Adrian?
YOLO.
Hello. It's intermission. You don't have to be Russian. You can, but you don't have to be.
I am not Russian. I am Dro'qari.
Yeah, that's a good point, I guess.
Num num.
Mhm.
I have to. My mouth has to change. When in the beginning, I felt like I was being a little French, and I didn't mean to. And it took me like I turned off my mic to like practice the voice real quickly.
Yes. Good.
What are you doing to this intermission screen, my guy?
I'm trying
Yeah.
to fix it.
I can
Man,
see us.
It's supposed to be transparent, though. Oh well.
You're transparent.
That's fine.
That's a problem for another day.
That dude we fought was transparent.
Yeah, buddy.
Hey. What do you do when the spider can teleport into another room? You leave it in that other room. You go somewhere else away from the spider.
Here, this wonderful.
And I really need to get my other monitor
Oh,
on
no.
the camera side working so I can actually like look at chat in the camera at the same time.
Tercero, what did you do?
You need to read the
Finally
fanfic. It is
included you.
it is beautiful. It perfectly encapsulates us both in and out of game.
Let me go read this.
Oh, do it. And I will be back. I have to get some tea.
Thank you, Tercero. I'm not going to recite any of that on stream, but thank you, Tercero. Oh, thanks, Puddles.
And thanks, Puddle's mom. Yeah.
I can't understand any of this.
Today is gonna be the day that you're gonna kill a giant spider. By now, you should have known how to hit it with a fucking spell. I don't believe that anybody really rolls that well in this campaign. and all the enemies are rolling poorly. And all the players also are rolling poorly. I would like to say to you, I need some new dice now. I don't remember the chords to the chorus.
Bad rolls were invented by big
Big dice?
big dice to sell more dice.
I feel like is the chords to the chorus like C D E D or C D E minor D rather?
I wouldn't know. I don't read music.
It's been a while
You can
since
read
I
these
learned
nuts.
Wonderwall.
Cause maybe you're gonna be the one that slays me. And after all, Thrag's the only one who actually did damage that fight.
What are you talking about? I hit him one time with the firebolt.
Guess I did a little bit of damage to you guys.
And I mean,
also got a firebolt in.
your
Yeah.
firebolt is what got him low enough for Thrag to get the kill.
Exactly.
And Ragtag really did the most damage. He's super cool.
Can I just say, my headcanon is that Shag McCracken, the Duke of Uke, is following us around,
Yes.
like just a couple hundred feet away, just so he can get material.
This is all a frame story
Yes.
for one of Shag's shows.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
These are the stories he tells in. It's like one of those shows where Shag's sitting on stage with a drink. He's like, this one time I was blah 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 blah. It's his tell-all one-man show where he's then doing lengthy intros to each song. That's what it is. Nobody likes it. It's not great.
All right.
Oh jeez.
So we're headed back in.
I think we're about to head back in as I get my fries somewhat further away from me.
Why is it so warm in our area right now? I hate this.
Oh yeah,
That's global warming.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what causes global warming?
I know where this is going.
Big dice, Snowkin.
Capitalism.
Hell yeah,
That's
buddy.
not where I thought this was going, but technically you
Oh,
are
I
right.
knew that's where he was going
Yeah.
with that. All right, so got my notes back up. You're all good. So you have just returned from what was realistically about a day and a half out in the Oil Marsh, and about maybe 2 days, and you are strolling back in to the small town of Ekrin, where you had originally set out from. You can, just like when a couple of you first pulled in, you can see businesses closing for the evening, some lanterns starting to turn on in houses, fires starting smoking chimneys, and the general bustle of the end of a full work day and coming together for the evening relaxations and such. What are you all doing?
Let us go get meal. I have had nothing but these goddamn beef jerky and spider legs for past 2 days.
I was able to chew kind of the inside of that web cocoon I was in. It was actually kind of flavorful. All right, let's go.
I just want a keg.
I
That looks
suppose
about
I
right.
promised to make you one as well. It does take time to brew things, but I will get you that keg of whatever you want.
I know a good place for that, and Ragtag leads them right back to the same.
Same place we. Yep.
So right back to the old maple tankard.
Do you
So
think
you,
because we saved them, do you think they'll charge me for the first keg?
You know, it's
Okay.
it's. I suppose that's worth a try now, isn't it?
So you guys walk back into the tavern, and it's pretty busy in there, even a little bit busier than it was a couple nights ago last time you were here. Most of the same regulars, but a couple more people. And there's a strange air about it where some groups look like they're celebrating, other groups look kind of mournful. But among them, you do see Rob Albin, the town handyman, who was one of the people you saved. He's kind of patched up, got a couple bandages and such, and is sitting kind of by himself at the bar. There's a dog, a pit bull, sitting next to him, very kind of loyally by his side, and wagging its tail a little bit. And also in there is Yegrim, the gnome who you had last seen taking the survivors back to the town. Dave and Dave are also both in there at a table with a couple other patrons. Both also, or the female Dave also kind of bandaged up in a couple spots, but with a very big tank of ale, pretty much the size of her head, as does her brother. So, what are you guys doing?
What was the barkeep's name again?
It is Yvonne right now. Is bartending.
Hey, Yvonne, these are my new friends here. Saved me from a big old spider monster. Let's get a round of drinks for him.
Yeah, I saw you with them yesterday, and I've heard some of these exploits about you guys saving them from a monster, an actual monster.
Big old thing.
Ivan, break out the keg. We're gonna bust it open tonight.
Oh, I should have fucking known.
Yvonne, first off, I would like to clarify these are not my friends. We are work associates, right? Now that we have that clear, please bring me a pork with beans and rice to my table when now. Thank you.
So you go grab pretty much the only empty table left. And as she shouts back into the doorway leading the back, Mola, we got any pork left? And you hear a voice yell from the back, yeah, we do! And all right, pork and beans and what? I'm sorry, what else was it you asked for?
Any kind of grain, rice, even meals.
And some rice with that.
Barley, that is the other type of rice.
Got it, it'll be right out. You hear from the back, and that Thrag you recognize as a female dwarven voice, so you guys take your
vents back there.
You see a rather large man next to the bar. Guy in his late 30s, 6'4", stocky, big, bald dude with thick black beard get down to his chest. Just go, that's my wife you're talking about.
Yeah.
He kind of sits back down, but gives you an eye, just like, careful.
He's not that big. If you really think about it.
All right, everybody, calm down. Let's get drinking, have a little celebration here. Tell me about what's everybody's names again? I think I caught it, but can I get you?
There is small man, there is stinky man,
Yeah,
there is
got that.
old man, and there is I,
Me.
Nikita.
Okay, but names though.
Nikita.
Nikita. Okay, like
I
it.
am Thrag Kegbuster.
Yeah. Are the
Galadh
gestures
Crann.
part of the name or? No.
They can be.
Okay. And Nature Boy, was it? Is that like
yeah.
a title?
Galadh Crann.
Oh, okay. Tree. I see.
Yes. I see you also.
It's a nice name.
Speak both ancient languages that my name was based on.
Where is that poor cat? Taking too long.
Where's my keg?
Over the next couple minutes, the food and alcohol is brought out. You see Eugene, the kind of brewmaster who had opened a couple days ago, carrying out the keg and kind of slams it down. Like he's probably the only one in one of the staff who's strong enough to actually just carry a whole keg, and but it tired him out a little bit. And there you go, buddy. He wasn't.
This
Where's our mugs?
They bring you the stuff you need to drink with it.
They just expect you to pick up the keg and just.
I was gonna say, isn't
I would.
that just Thrag drinking with a normal mug?
Yeah, that seems plausible.
Yvonne looks at Ragtag. So you drinking with them, or do you want gin dandy?
Yeah, I'll have the usual, thank you. Yep.
All right. And pulls out the mug with the dandelion sticking out.
So Ragtag drinks.
And gin for me as well, please.
The dandelion really adds that extra pizzazz, you know?
I'll give that a try. Why not?
As you guys
Come
are,
on, dandy this man.
she's all right. 2 nights in a row making 2 gin dandies. That's unusual, but all right. And gets the second one out and hands to Galadh.
We have not been here in 2 nights, not 1 night.
Yeah, it's been a while for me. Yeah.
And mind you, this island roast pork you make, not bad.
It's you can tell it's a dish that's just it's cooked with love. It's not like fine dining like you've had out in Zereth, but it's a nice well cooked meal. As you guys are sitting around, Dave, the male Dave, stands up and just like standing on the chair he was sitting from, so he's kind of eye level with Ragtag and Nikita, still a lot shorter than Galadh. And so you guys, you did it. You saved my sister. You killed a big thing. Did you kill it by hitting it with the shit that I sold you to hit shit with?
Use my wrench.
I hold up my mug and go, I killed it with its own legs!
But can
So
I
the
say?
answer is no.
But can I say that you killed it with shit I sold you? It's good for business.
I got these guys. Do not worry.
Seems dishonest.
Okay, we.
Sorry, I'm new to the business. I need something.
Okay, we do this.
You were my first customers, and you kill a big spider thing like a day later. I gotta have some point of pride, don't I?
Yes.
You may use our names and but the copyrighted names. We will give you a first fee that you must pay us, and then whenever we come through town, you give us a 10% discount for using our names to sell product in store. I think that is fair. You make money, you look good, and we leave our pockets a little bit fuller than it was before. I
Do you
think
have
that
an
is fair.
affiliate program?
Jeez, all of these words are just making me want to be honest about it, that you guys killed it with its own legs. Never mind.
Why? When we killed it with the great sword from Dave's store to hit shit with the shit.
Oh yeah, the shit with shit.
Well, if you guys did like sponsor my store, what do I call you guys?
The Tales from Rukon. No.
Well, I
Well,
suppose.
I'm Ragtag.
But do you guys like have like a group name or something?
I don't think we know each other well enough for that yet.
I've been with these guys 2 days. I don't know if I will make it 3
organically
days.
If it's going,
Yeah,
if you force
You did a good job. You saved my sister. Like, thank you so everyone. And he's yelling out to the whole bar. A round of applause for these wonderful folks who have yet to choose a group name for themselves because they haven't known each other that long.
I mean,
Apparently, but they're heroes. They saved my sister. They saved your neighbors. Everyone, yeah. And then you know, if you like,
Let's try.
from
Everybody-
throughout the bar, some drinks crashing.
What? Why don't we all try on 3? Everybody say a name. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Work
Save
associates.
Everybody
Yes.
is- Okay.
We are
That's
all
it.
in accordance.
That sounded about as much in accordance as any of my thoughts when I wake up in the morning and really throughout the day. So I understand.
Okay.
But you guys did well. If you'd only known each other a couple days and you already killed something like that, then I think you got a bright future ahead of you, and you should probably think of like something to call yourselves. This could be branding. You know, this could be market. You're not like God Slayers or something, are you?
No.
No, I think that's
No,
taken.
not yet.
Well, I mean, you're not like part of their guilds, though, right? You're independent contractors at the moment.
Yeah,
We are
or-
private military contractors, yes.
Are you with the Midfall military?
No,
No.
I said
I'm
private.
Between guilds at the moment.
Well, I'm sorry. It's hard for me to know the definitions of certain words when strung next to other words. I tend to think of them one at a time a little bit. So I heard military and thought, like, you know, you seem like you're from some big fancy city or something. But yeah, you guys should think about that. I think it would be good for you in the long run. But again, everyone, for the heroes who saved our friends and family. Huzzah! And you hear a bunch of people say things that aren't huzzah, but are similar sentiments to it simultaneously. So it's about as much of a messy amalgam of words as what you guys attempted to just name your group.
Ah!
I like that name. The heroes of the people that save the villagers and the family. That is good.
That's
name.
not what I said, but you're like 70% of the way there.
I'll take it.
It's pretty solid for a first try. I think, like if you
Let's-
workshop it, if you take the script and study it for a week or so, I think you'll have a solid performance on your hands.
Yeah, we just shorten it to the village people, right?
That may be taken. I'm not sure. I've traveled a little bit. I'm like kind of new to this town, but like not that much. I think I've maybe heard of them. I haven't seen them play though.
They're really good band. I like the guy with the mustache and the assless chips.
I like guys
Ashless
with
chaps.
mustaches and ashless chaps too. It's always a fun time.
Yes. Well, thank you for consideration. Now get the fuck away from me, please. Thank you.
Done and done. Have a great night, fellas. And turns around and he's sitting like fairly close to the bar, so like he's not
He
actually
just
that far from you, basically.
Yeah. So
Well,
are we planning on traveling together more then, or
first off, I would like to
Nothing
talk
do?
about Rod. Right?
Just the concept of rods?
No.
Oh, that
no.
one, right. There's one here. Okay, yeah.
Yes, this is Rod. Very well. Now,
I stand up on my chair, grab my crotch, and go, "Ah, I got your rod right here."
no Thrag, not
No, see, this
Not
one
that
wasn't
rod.
metaphorical. You gotta know when it is and when it isn't.
Thrag has definitely like already like been through like 5 different.
Um,
Roll a Constitution with disadvantage.
I have such a high constitution. 14. I rolled a 5, but I have to add 9 to it.
I can only hope, and there's only one person in the audience who's gonna get this reference. I can only hope this turns into a good night, stupid. But
That's like a deep cut.
oh yeah,
So you're not as drunk as you should be for how much you've consumed, but you are pretty buzzed by now.
well, let us discuss Rod. And I'm gonna pull the rod out of Thrag's backpack. This rod.
Thrag, are you gonna let him do that?
Oh, yeah.
Like he's
Yeah,
reaching for your backpack. Okay.
Now,
I've got a keg. I'm happy.
Now we all have different needs for rod. I have job back in my city, where I must bring this rod back. You have to save some people with the magical properties of the rod, and then this one over here also needs to take it to be sold for their job. Now the situation is, are we bringing it back to same person for job, and how do we figure that out?
Well, my
I talked to a man named Yaquil. Did you
and-
guys talk to him?
no, I'm supposed to bring it back to the town of Charlotte and the cleric Bennett.
I do not care about saving the people. If it does not make money, I do not care. Okay? Will we get paid to help these people?
I do not know. I have not asked. It was not something that I would normally do. Just helping a friend. He may have compensation for us, but until we go, I will not be able to tell you that.
What does
And-
Ragtag know about the town of Charlotte?
Roll intelligence.
Maybe history?
This pork is fantastic.
If I get gold, I'll be happy.
16.
You can have rod if I am compensated.
You know that Charlotte is it's kind of on the western end of Midfall. You guys are kind of towards the east. You're not on like or I'm sorry, you're towards the west. It's on the eastern side. You're not on the west coast of Midfall. You're inland quite a ways, but on the western half of Midfall. While Charlotte is pretty close to the eastern coast, out in the Woodkeep Mountains. And
So it's far. Do I know anything
it's-
about the town itself? What's there?
um,
Nearby?
not much. It's a relatively small town. It's bigger than Ekron, but most towns are bigger than Ekron. But it's kind of just a pit stop between two of the bigger cities, Kenridge and Hillholm, that are on either side of it, about 5 days, week's journey either way. And those are both bigger cities that have a little bit of trade coming through. So Charlotte's just kind of a stop between them. Nothing particularly special about it.
What's the city I have to go back to with this?
You're going back to Xerith, which is the capital, which is where you're from.
And what city does Thrag have to go back to?
Thrag was going back to, I believe, Krell.
And which is the closest one?
Can I? I'm pulling up a map on screen. All right, is this all in Midfall, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so you'd be able to see all of these on the Midfall map. The closest one to Ekron is Krell, which is about 2.5 weeks journey by horse, and probably a lot longer than that on foot. Then Xerith and Charlotte are kind of equidistant. Charlotte might be a little bit closer, but Xerith has a couple more main roads that go to it, so it's a bit further, but you could potentially travel there a little bit faster. But those are both probably even on horseback 3 to 4 week journeys.
So how do we feel about this situation? I honestly could not care less about helping these people. I just want
got
my
no
money.
Real horse in the game.
I'm on a little bit of a time crunch with these people. The town
Is this
was
your
getting-
village?
Well, it's not my village, but it is one of the villages I routinely travel to, and I wander about on that side of the continent.
If it is not your people, why do you care? There is no money. There is no people. You're simply doing somebody a favor, and if you don't come through, maybe you did not find Rod at all. Oh, I am so sorry.
They are my friends.
I don't know. I don't know what that means.
That much is very,
Are
very
we discussing the literal definition of the word friend? Or is this more of a personal statement you're trying to make of some kind?
It means buddy, pal, amigo.
I'm not your buddy, pal. Okay.
If
Do we
could-
even know what this thing does?
That's also a good question. Why do you need this thing specifically? What's going on in that town?
I was told that somewhere around Ekron there was a magical item. For all I know, it might not be the Rod of Dasis here. But this seems to be about the only thing that it could be. So,
Let's get back to the town,
mean,
though. What's happening in the town? Because all I've heard so far is vague problem.
Yes, the
Gotta have rods in this town or people
are
dying.
slowly getting sick and sort of becoming comatose, if you will, something
Have you-
along those lines.
Have you witnessed this yourself, or just kind of heard
I
it?
have. I have witnessed it. I have tried
That's a
some of my healing magics, some of my more herbal remedies. None of them have seemed to have any effect. My friend Bannet told me to go see if I could find this magical artifact. He seemed to think that it would help.
You know,
Okay.
people die every day, you know, whether or not they die from this, this disease, or if they die from some other disease, maybe they get eaten by alligator, they're going to die anyways. So if we just take, we make monies, we are going to live. And I say we figure out how to deal with this. I believe that Thrag will agree with me on this. Who knows if they take road and they break road and that we make no money? Am I right, Thrag?
Yeah, I don't care who we bring the rod to, as long as I get some money.
Exactly. If we
On the
bring
other
to your
hand,
You sound more and
Yes.
more like a prostitute with literally every sentence.
on the other hand, I may have been exposed to whatever this medical malady is.
Oh, then
and
you must-
therefore,
Takes a step back.
therefore, you all may have been exposed to whatever this is. As we have not particularly quarantined or anything here, perhaps we should assume that we are infected with whatever it is, and that if we go to Shard and use successfully this artifact, perhaps we could all be cured.
I want to
Okay.
see if Galadh is lying.
Okay,
Ragtag
roll
is
insight.
Also making an insight check. He's not good
Dwarves
at it.
have great constitution.
19.
I am telling the truth.
Yeah, he's being.
All right.
Completely honest. Yeah.
You are
As another
telling
line of
me.
questioning. You two, Nikita, Thrag,
Right.
Ragtag. That's
Thrag,
still
not
confusing.
Buster.
Yes, right, not Buster. Okay. Where are you two planning to take the rod? Where did you come from? Where are you going? Where'd you come from? Cotton Eye.
Joe.
Joeing. Yeah. Where at?
I was sent by Yaquil to get it and then
I
come
know
back
you.
Rel
I got it.
to
Where?
give to
From-
Yaquil.
From where? Or go where with it?
Krell.
Where on that map is this, Dane?
Krell is like the top middle city. It's the last
I see
like
it.
actual
It's
city
just
before
north
the
Of the Ironwood.
pathway up to Durner.
Okay, cool. And we're currently in
which-
Ekron.
I'll say especially with that 16 intelligence roll before, you are where Krell is kind of a mining city, which makes sense. It's in one of the bigger mountain ranges of Midfall and just south of Durner, which is Durner's the biggest the kingdom of mining cities that exist because of the mountain in which the entire kingdom is built. And so Krell is kind of just an extension of that dwarven mining operation that just happens to exist within the borders of Midfall.
All right, so that's entirely in the opposite direction. What about you, Nikita?
I must go to Zenith.
Zirith.
Zirith. I knew
Where
that. I
is-
was testing you. I was
Zirith is,
testing you.
Zirith is just to the right of the Dual Run Lake.
Okay, so
And,
so you want to? Galadh
Ekron's,
wants to go southeast. Thrag
all,
wants to go northwest.
all the way to the east, effectively. Just south of the Woodkeep Mountain.
I was gonna say none of you are south. Ekron is technically the most south of all these cities. It's just Galad's is like slightly
I'm
northeast.
sorry, I might be looking at the wrong Ekron then.
We're
There should only
okay.
be
This
one
is
Ekron.
okay. We're saying
Ekron
we're,
just to
hold on.
the
We're
left of the
saying
Woodkeep
Ekron.
Mountains?
Is it Ankran? Actually, it's spelling AnkHran.
ECRIEINE.
Iron.
It's
No.
right next. Do you see the Ulmarsh
No.
on the west?
No.
The
Yes.
Ulmarsh and
Oh, there we go.
Shadesprout.
Okay, now I got it.
Oh.
Yep.
Okay.
I've been
I have
looking at
been
the
looking
wrong
at-
city.
Ekerrun this whole time. Come on.
We can
Come on.
we can read maps.
Just to the west of Woodkeep Mountains.
That's Escherun,
Oh,
not
come on.
Ekron.
Oh man, we've all been looking at 3 different things. I've been looking at Ankran, just north of the Devil's Summit at the very bottom.
Damn it. Maps.
Okay, first of all,
This
Matt,
is why my character was
second
the
of all-
cartographer in the last campaign.
yeah. Okay, now that we all
So
know
you
where
were
we're
looking at Ankran.
yes,
I was looking at Ekerrun, but really Ekron is an
Yes.
entirely
Ekron.
separate town.
Yes.
can I request
The
a
west.
different font on this map?
We
You
get some
can't
Comic
because I
Sans
don't
up in
know how
here.
many. Because I don't think there are other fonts available in Incarnate where I made them.
All right,
It might be.
Okay,
I don't
then.
think there are.
No, it's good. Now that I know where we are, that's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have no idea where my city is.
You are just
you
to the
are
right of
top
the
center.
Dual Run
Northwest,
Lake.
or northeast.
Northeast.
Zirith. Okay.
You're right in the like north
Yeah.
center.
So I had to. This doesn't. How did I get all the way? All right.
Yeah.
You took a
Oh, no.
trip. You took a pretty long trip here. As did Thrag.
And we all did.
No, Galadh, you were
Oh.
teleported here
Oh yeah,
You
yeah,
came
yeah,
here
yeah, yeah. I forgot.
immediately from Sharet.
Okay.
And
So-
Ragtag lives here. He didn't take a trip.
Yes.
So I will be honest with you. It really sounds like you're pushing our hand here of having to deal with this stupid fucking sick people, and now we might be sick as well because you decide I am from the mountain. I am mysterious. I tell nobody. I am sick. That's not cool, man.
All right, listen. To get to Zirith, we probably have to pass through Sharet anyway. Honestly, there's 2 ways we can get to Zirith, so we may as well pass through Sharet. I'm fine with that. Krell is a whole other situation. Where is this ending up? What's the end point here?
Fuck Krell! I don't give a shit about him.
That was easy. Okay.
I just started chugging another pint.
Well,
All right, then let's head for Sharet, deal with that, probably deal with ourselves, I guess, and then head up to Zirith. Does that work for everybody?
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think we have choice here.
Where there's gold, I go.
Should we
I
be
actually
warning
don't-
people that we come into contact with?
Yes.
How bad is this thing, man?
Yes, perhaps that may be a good idea.
Cool.
I'm
We
gonna
spend
stand
the
up
freaking
on my
plague
chair.
around here.
I stand up on my chair and go, congratulations!
I played this
We're
game to get
all
away from real
sick.
life, man.
Yes, this is not most ideal to be worried about being sick and carrying disease across entire country to back to Zirith. So we must go deal with this situation.
Yes. And on that note, Ragtag, do you know where
Who?
Ragtag?
Oh,
Do you know where we would be able to find a teleportation circle in any town nearby? That way we could potentially get back faster and ideally not spread any more disease.
Do I? No.
Let's see. As I look into my documents and notes to see what the actual list of teleportation circles in the world are. No, wrong folder.
This main quest brought to you by definitely not the coronavirus. Get vaxxed.
genuinely not where I expected it to go when you started talking about.
I came up with that on the spot. That was. It just made sense, given the current climate of the world and whatnot.
Hilariously, there is one in Krill. But,
Damn it.
but that is not close.
Of course.
Let's see. So the kind of known teleportation sigils are in Stelran, the Saris Fortress, in Jugatse, which is a lot closer than the other stuff, but also not close. Krill, Xylem.
Closer than walking to Sherrod.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
There's one in Jugatse. It's how far is that?
that's maybe a 2-ish week journey. Could probably get there in just under 2 weeks on horse.
That's 2 weeks to the south. We could head that way.
He
Hell
could
of a lot
be dead
faster
by
than
then.
heading straight across the steel spines.
I suppose. Yeah. Hopefully the town will be all right by the time we get back.
I hope we will even make it.
I mean,
Yeah.
did you have a faster way?
I don't. That's actually all on Dungeon Master. Did I have a faster way? I don't think I did.
No, that was why they sent you
Yeah.
teleporting, because they figured you might have to get back on horseback or something.
Yeah.
So in the interest of potentially having you gone for a couple weeks, they figured let's make it only a couple weeks and not a month and change.
Yeah.
I'm still confused as. Oh, here it is by the Woodkeep Mountains, Sharret. All right. I had no idea how to spell it, so I was like looking at every single town.
Fantasy spelling does not make anything easy.
Oh no, it doesn't.
Honestly, a lot of it's phonetic.
I know.
We're just used to the bullshit that is the English language.
I just want to see like Greenville in the middle of here.
Yeah.
Yanling. Well, I guess we should go sleep outside.
Yeah,
Wait, can we go back to your place, Ragtag?
it's not. All right, fine.
I don't
Yeah.
think it is safe if we are
No
sick.
sleep for the drinking.
Yes, if we might be sick, it is best that we do not stay here and we go and we isolate somewhere else and then we head out together
Yeah.
as soon
My
as possible.
keg.
All right, let's head back. Let's head back to my place.
Hey, we can probably bring your keg along, Thrag.
Oh, you're right. Portable drinking.
Yvonne,
I tried
may I
to-
have, please?
I'm gonna try
one-
to pick up the keg.
Roll a strength check.
Should I roll Constitution first, just see how drunk I am?
Yes, you have been drinking this whole time. Roll another Constitution check.
Oh, I want a good idea.
Haha, I didn't even better.
Oh.
Just as he's about to pull the keg up, Ragtag casts Featherfall on it. Not as a
Okay.
prank on him. I want to stress this, not as a prank on him, but to like help him out, but absentmindedly does not notice
Okay.
he's about to
I got a
pull the keg
21
up.
for my con save,
That's great.
So you're good. So you don't have to roll strength with disadvantage.
but still roll strength.
But now you don't have to roll strength because, or we'll say roll strength, and depending on your roll, you either pick it up normally or you fucking yeet it.
Strength check 16.
You were expecting it to be heavier, so you pick it up a little too much and like almost throw yourself back
Should I
by the
dex-
amount of force you
should
put
I
into
dex
it.
check
So
to see if I catch myself?
sure.
15.
Okay, so you stumble for a sec, but you catch yourself because there isn't actually that much weight on top of you to continue pushing you down.
So
and-
as I grab it, I've drank a lot of this, I guess. It's so light.
I love it.
and Ragtag leads them back to his humble abode, which is just kind of a
Wait, before we leave, Yvonne, we are headed back. It is best. Maybe we were near creepy spider for too long. We think it's best that we get away from you guys. So in case anything happens, everything good. If you could, in morning, please send someone to get us supplies for trip and bring us horses, I will pay for your efforts if you could be so kind, Yvonne.
All right, I'll do that.
Very well. We will see you in morning.
Ragtag leads them back to his humble little shack.
On
It
the
is
way
just-
there,
So
on the whole way there, I'm just opening the tap and drinking straight out of the keg.
How long does Featherfall last? Let me see.
This is gonna be great.
Glug, glug,
It lasts
glug.
1 minute.
What?
1 minute? Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
So halfway through the walk back, that definitely kicks off.
So Thrag, make a strength check for when the weight suddenly returns to it.
8.
You weren't expecting it to suddenly get heavy again, but it suddenly got heavy again, and
I
you-
definitely fall back. I just fall back.
yeah.
I don't even try. Like I'm so I don't even like when it goes. I have the tap open and I'm drinking out of it, and then it goes and I just go right over sideways.
Good, good.
So Thrag falls prone on the ground, spills a little bit of the ale. It's now all over your face and chest because the tap was open as you fell.
As it's leaking out, I go, "Oh no, alcohol abuse!" And I turn off. I close the tap.
So Ragtag leads them back to his humble abode.
Yeah, describe your home.
Yeah, it's a beat up old, not quite shack, like it's a house on the side
a
of town,
tool
but it
shed?
is not kept well outside. Like it's overgrown a little bit, and but he takes them inside, and just kind of taps the candle with his wrench, and it lights up ablaze. And you can see there's just like piles of books and empty like vials and flasks of things. It's not like a hoarder situation, just like as absent as a mind can get as far as how the place is organized.
Am I coherent enough to have seen him tap his wrench on the candle to light it?
Roll perception with disadvantage.
Woo. 5.
Nope.
Damn.
So Ragtag and says, "All right, you can just kind of make some space here in the living room. I don't have any cots or anything. But,
It's fine. May I look through your collection?"
yeah, by all means.
Pointing at the books. Thank you. And I begin looking through the book, seeing what's there.
It's got a pretty good organizational system. Books that start with the letter L are over there. Books with a blue cover are here. Anything relating to hammers is in that corner. And Harry Potter's in the back.
I immediately head to the back.
But question. Now, if there is a blue book about hammers that begins with the letter L, where does it go?
There's a pile just for that right there.
I will
One
start
book,
here.
but hey, equidistant from the other pile.
Perfectly equidistant. I'm gonna take the keg and I'm gonna put it up on like. Do you have like a center table or something like that they use
Yeah.
for like? Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna.
It's just kind of a pallet of wood in the middle of the room. But yeah.
Okay. I just put the keg on top of whatever is on top of that pallet, like the stack of pallets or whatever, and I just lay down underneath the tap for the keg and just turn it on and start drinking while laying on the ground.
That's good.
I picture it being like a wood pile that like you use the wood, so the table every so a while just gets smaller and smaller until you bring in a new
Yes.
bunch of wood
There
in,
you go. There you
and
go.
then you start reworking on your table.
That's it.
Question for the dungeon master: would the cantrip shape water affect alcohol?
Forget if this has come up before. Let me double check the specifics of the spell. While I do that, I'm sure that Ragtag can describe some of the contraptions and tools that are, I'm sure, strewn about.
Yeah. So there's all kinds of various forms of crossbows. Some that shoot like 3 at a time. Some that are like a weird like slingshot pistol situation where it looks like you could pull the trigger and it would just kind of like fling something forward, but definitely not with any sort of accuracy or anything. There's just gears strewn about everywhere. There's a little 8-ball, like a magic 8-ball, sitting on the table somewhere, and that's his workshop desk.
To answer your question, no, it is not purely water, so the spell does not work on it.
Oh, that's too bad.
I should have remembered that. That has come up in games before. It's been a while, though.
I feel like I should make another Constitution check.
Listen, you don't gotta ask me. If you feel like it's been long enough, just make it and tell me what it was. I will defer to you on how much Thrag drinks.
That's a 24. I'm still going, baby.
You're going strong. You're getting drunk just by means of how much you've drank already, but like
Hell yeah.
you should be blackout trashed by now, and you're like just to the point of being actually drunk and not still just tipsy.
Hell yeah. How much is left in this keg?
I mean, it's a whole fucking keg, and the rest of them haven't been drinking that much from it, so probably still like a solid
Half of it or something?
Ragtag's got some in a little
third
teacup
to a
that
half
he's
of it.
sipping from.
It's not like a fine meat or anything; it's ale. So,
Yeah.
so it's even funnier to do from a teacup.
Work associates, I must head back to bar. I just remembered the little guy that we was with. He has been with us quite some time as well. I am going to go talk to him, see what his situation is like, because he might also be sick. I will be back soon.
That's not suspicious. Okay.
As the keg is pouring
Well,
into my
Ragtag,
mouth,
roll
I just
insight.
give him a thumbs up.
Oh, Ragtag was being sincere. It wasn't suspicious at all.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But Nikita, are you weirded out by the fact that he specified it wasn't suspicious?
I make no response to it. I just look at him and
and
be like,
Galad's in the back. Galad didn't hear him say
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Galad's looking for some of the mage fantasy novels. So Nikita, you head out to go back to the old Maple Tankard, which you will be back at pretty quickly. Is there anything else that that Ragtag and Thrag and Galad are going to discuss in the meantime?
No?
Thanks for the keg.
So are you guys all just like, well, you seem to be like a healer of some kind, Galad? Oh, is that your, I don't know, day job?
Not specifically. So I was a druid. Well, I am a druid. But I was the
But I used to be one too. Yeah.
the combination town brewer, not really bartender, but associated, occasionally helped out, as well as the apothecary and really anything kind of medicinal, herbal, brewing related. So I know a little bit. I can brew health potions and other various things of that nature.
I close the tap, swallow what I have in my mouth, and go, you provided the ale and the drugs. Very cool. And then I just open it back up and continue drinking.
I do suppose you could say that. But yeah, these days I just kind of wander around, mainly by the Woodkeep Mountains, check in on villages and help with their crops and their various plants, do a little brewing for them, help them out, just kind of plant-based things.
That's nice. That's cool. And Thrag, you're the treasure hunter? What's the
Close
deal
it.
here?
Swallow. No, I mine for precious gems and minerals.
Is that different? It's really just the location of the treasure.
You have a point. And then I open my tab back up and keep it.
That sounds about right.
And with that amount of time, Nikito would be pretty much back to the Old Maple Tankard. So I come back in. Hasn't been very long. It's been maybe 15 minutes you've been gone, so it's still pretty busy in there. You do, since you were going back to find Yagrim, you do see him sitting at the bar. There is an open stool next to him.
Yagrim, come outside now. We must speak.
All right. Follows you out.
I have bad news. There is a situation right now that is not rather good. Stand back 6 feet, please. So
He curiously looks at you as he backs up.
So the situation is this. This Galadh, the stinky one, the one that smelled like patchouli, not the one that smelled like alcohol. He tell me he need Rod to cure some people. He does not tell us until we get Rod that he is sick. And now we might be sick as well. I sleep next to man in tree last night. He breathing all over me, right? And I'm already in dirty swamp. Now I am breathing dirty air, and apparently it makes people go comatose. It's a whole thing. Now, I do not know if you have been around us long enough to be sick yourself, and it puts us in real situation. Not only do I have to bring back, but some douchebag in Krell also wants Rod. Do you know about douchebag in Krell that ask for Rod?
Doesn't surprise me. It's if word get out to the sources that our employer got wind of, then I'm sure that other people who keep their ear to the ground would also have been made aware of it. So it's not surprising that multiple entities want it at the same time.
It looks like we are in a situation where we must go and deal with sickness. I cannot bring safely, neither you as well, to back to Zirith this thing. We are headed to Fugazi to go and to get teleportation to this town called Sharut.
Listen,
It is. You know Sharut?
I know where Charlotte is. Do you feel sick? I'm a pretty hardy bastard. I feel fine. Do you feel fine?
At the
Because-
moment, yes. But I am worried. I
Because
cannot take.
I
Rod.
have right here, and he pulls out from a pouch a little crystal that's about $50 sized. It's got kind of a violet hue to it. It's like, no, this is charged with a spell of teleportation. It will bring both of us back to Zirith. There's only enough punch for the two of us, and it's marked for the teleportation sigil in Zirith, where we're gonna go meet Vance. Now, we don't have to go all the way the fuck to Jugatsi. This could be time sensitive. The longer that we don't get back with it, the more people might come looking for it. Now, if you feel fine and I feel fine, then we need to get our hands on it and get the fuck out of here.
But listen, look, I care about money as much as the next man, and I care about it just as much as you. But if I am sick and you are sick, and we go back to Zirith and we spread disease, no amount of money could pay for health. No amount of money can deal with it. Look, I'd rob. If we did not have sickness, I would be with you in 2 seconds. No thought about it. Not even. But this sickness make it more complicated. And you know it do. You know it do. You know, maybe even this thing might make us sick too. We don't know. Let us be smart for 2 seconds.
Who has the rod now?
The drunk one.
He's probably the easiest to take hold of if he tries anything funny.
He's strong. I would be careful with all of them. They all sneakies. You know, the one liar, he don't tell about sickness. The other one, he have big fucking tool, he do fire. And then the drunk one, he may be drunk, but he drink really good. I would be careful.
In the distance, you just hear, "Ha ha ha! You don't even. I'm not even drunk yet."
See what I mean? We are in tough situation. We are between rock and bigger rock. And rock is moving like slow turtle.
All right, so you want to go to Shigatse, teleport
I
out to
don't-
Charlotte, and no. Why do they want the rod for Charlotte? For some sickness? That's not what Vance told me it does.
Listen, I look at map. You have map, right?
Yeah.
Okay, pull out map. Oh, so you have so look. Shugatse is to the south, right? Perfect. We take Shugatse, you take Crystal, you go back to Zirith. You tell Ding Dong Deladong Ding Dong, whatever his name is. What's his name again?
Vance Barclay.
Yes, Vance Barclay. You go back to his big rusted out center in the middle of town, and you tell him we will be in Sharut. Tell him that if he send you to Sharut, we will meet you in Sharut for payment, and we will give it to you there. The amount of time it takes you to get from Zirith to Sharut is longer than it takes me to get from here to Shugatse, and then from Shugatse to, I don't know, I think we go to Heelholm or something like. We still have some distance to travel after we do teleportation, I believe.
All right.
And when you are in Zirith, you tell them about payment in Krell, okay? And how much you get paid for this?
My payment is for me to know, just as yours is for you to know.
Very well. Let's leave it at that. We meet us in Sharut after we deal with sickness, because if this is real sickness and it becomes contagious, who knows what could happen. Let's
But
just
again, so you weren't able to really answer my question before. What do they intend on doing with the rod and Sharut? What
I
the
don't
fuck
know.
does the rod have to do with the sickness? Vance told me it has something to do with stealth abilities and invisibility.
I'm gonna roll investigation on him. I mean, insight.
Well,
to see if he's-
no, you would actually remember this too. That's what Vance told you. He said it's an item that could channel magical energy that would make you invisible, even through things like attacking and casting. So it's essentially a permanent invisibility and stealth that also dampens sound. So that was what you were told it was, which is what piqued your interest in the first place.
You are right. I completely forgot about that. Which now makes me question this Galadh tree hugger. Okay? What are they going to do with... Are they going to make all the people who are sick quiet? So they cannot complain?
I think he wants it for himself. And he's trying to take you well out the fucking way to get that. Because he doesn't look sick. You're not sick. I'm not sick. I think he's full of shit. I think he's trying to give you the runaround so that he can find a way to get it for himself. We're not the only people looking for this.
You're right. Okay. Head back to this Ragtag's place with me, and you wait outside. I will confront this Galadh. And then in case anything happens, you kick in door and we figure out what situation is going on here.
Now, the things I'm good with are generally that which is a bit less seen. So if it really comes down to it, I should be able to take the rod off the drunk one's hands. hopefully without being seen.
Let us do that. I will go back to them, tell them that you are headed. Where should I tell them you are going?
Tell them I'm going back to Xerath for all it fucking matters. That my end of the bargain was to help you through, and while I didn't do that as well as I was hired to, that you and I can keep that between ourselves, and that I'm going to collect my portion of the payment.
Well, they do not know that you were supposed to meet me.
Then don't tell them a goddamn thing. I'm a fucking treasure hunter, and you guys got the treasure, and I lost, and I'm on to my next fix.
I will give them address at where we will contact you, right? In order to tell you once we are cured in Shard. At nighttime, after we have gone sleep, you take a road, you take it back to Xerath. I meet you back in Xerath afterwards. And I will deal with them here.
All right. Sounds like a plan to me.
Very well.
So I'll remain outside that place, outside that shack, and I'll wait for your signal to tell me that they're all asleep.
And I need you to remember one thing really quickly. I am not to be toyed with should I get back to Xerath and I do not find my payment. This is understood.
That's up to Vance, not me.
Do not play games with my money, little man. Very well?
Fine by me. I'm not in control of your money.
Very well. Let us go.
All right. So he follows you back to Ragtag's, but pretty quickly, like, he's not following like directly behind you. You pretty quickly notice you can't really see him anymore. That he's, probably taking a slightly more roundabout way to remain unseen.
I walk back into the house and I just hello, work associates. He has been taken care of. He has left me address to contact him once we have figured out what we do in Shadow with Stick.
Sounds good. Everybody ready to crash for the night?
Yes.
Yep.
All right.
Hang on, I'm gonna make a Constitution save to see if I've already blacked out.
Come on, natural one. Give me that natural one. I want to see it.
No natural one. 15.
Yeah.
No, you're pretty drunk, and you're probably getting to the point of getting a little bit tired. But any other man would have been completely passed out and blacked out an hour ago.
I turn off the tap, or I close the tap, and pat the keg and say, "That will be for the morning." And then I just kind of roll over and just go to sleep, like almost immediately on the ground.
I don't go to bed. I lay in the darkness waiting for
Are you pretending to go to bed?
Yeah, I'm pretending. I'm just laying in bed, just kind of like laying with my eyes closed.
Okay. I assume Ragtag's just going straight to sleep in his bed. And Galadh.
Yeah, I'll read the magical fantasy novel or whatever we called it earlier for a little bit, and then I'll
Harold Panner.
yes, perfect. And then I will
Nigel Planter.
and then I will go into my elven trance or whatever I do for the night.
Okay.
Probably read
so
for an hour or so.
I'm gonna say Nikita, roll perception.
Elven Trance sounds like a really sick genre of EDM.
You know it does. All right, get on that. We want that for next
I
week.
need it. I
Like
need
Celtic
it.
inspired.
Oh,
Trance.
yeah.
Oh, that.
Fucking
All right,
need it.
I need it.
I think
Get on that.
with the people in this group, it's
Yeah,
going
that
to
could
exist
happen,
as part of
actually.
the Tales from Rukon
Yep.
soundtrack
Yeah.
soon enough, I'm sure. Either Dean or I or Jaydee are gonna be on that. Okay, Nikita, what was your roll?
15.
15. So you notice at the point at which, Thrag and Ragtag were out. You weren't really worried about them, but Galadh being full wood elf and not needing to get full nights of sleep, and he was the one that you were kind of paying a little more attention to. But you notice when he gets into that translate state and enters just a level of stillness that you realize he's not still conscious of what's going on immediately around him. So Yegrim was waiting for a signal from you.
I am going to pull out a copper wire and very quietly whisper, they have gone to sleep.
Okay. I'm gonna roll stealth. I need you to do.
Mm, 19.
Okay. So you're able to whisper quietly enough that no one in the room wakes up. Soon enough you hear the front door, which I assume Ragtag locked.
No, Ragtag doesn't lock his front door. He's not
Okay.
very secretive or worried about people in this town.
I was gonna say he knows everyone here.
Yeah.
So you hear the handle of the door very quietly turn and click, and then the door just starts to creep open as Yegrim begins to sneak in. He kind of looks up at you for guidance, kind of okay, like, where is it? What are we doing?
I
Look on his face.
I look at him, and then I make him kind of watch my eyes as I look over to where the rod is, with kind of like looking over towards it. So I'm just moving only my head.
Okay. So he sneaks through. I will actually roll for him. Okay. 19. So with silent as a mouse, tiptoes through, kind of goes around Thrag and just kind of looks at him with an eyebrow up, just like, really, this is how this dude fell asleep. and creeps the rest of the way to the bag that the rod is kind of sticking out the end of. Slowly pulls it out and walks out the door and closes it behind him ever so quietly. What's Nikita do next?
I'm gonna go back to sleep.
Okay. Morning comes. You all wake up. Thrag, do you even think to check your pack?
Not right at first.
Yep. So you're waking up. Thrag, roll Constitution to see if you have a hangover.
Oh, hell yeah. This is the lowest roll I've had so far. 13.
13. You have a light headache, which is disgusting that's all you have. There's just alcohol like around you from any shots that missed your mouth or splattered off your mouth while you were laying on the floor with a tap open above you. That is now kind of dried, and but it definitely smells like ale in this room now.
I just
awaken.
I just like headache. You know what is great for the headaches? And I just reach up and open the tap and start drinking again.
Oh.
There's probably a couple mugs worth left in there, and that's it.
I have to like start tipping the keg to make sure it
Yeah.
gets to the tap.
Yep. Like you first turn it on and it's coming out, but it's a bit lighter of a trickle, and you tip it and it gets to more full force pour, which of course makes it a little messier as it splashes off your face. But Nikita and Galadh are awake. Ragtag, I'm assuming, is starting to stir as you hear some of the movement and morning sentiments in the next room.
Yeah, Ragtag kind of stumbles down the stairs out of bed. How'd everybody sleep? Hey, I'll get breakfast started. And he wanders over to his workbench and just futzes with something and kind of hooks two things up together. And this like Rube Goldberg breakfast machine starts going.
Yes.
And he's like loading it up with eggs on this little conveyor belt that then get cracked and fried and everything. It'll be a few minutes, depending on how this goes. I'll let you know.
Wonderful. Good morning, everybody.
Morning.
We
We should get on the road in the next couple hours. It's a couple weeks ride.
Yes, about that. I will be headed to Zirith. I will not be joining you to Charlotte.
Okay.
Thrag,
you don't need the rod anymore?
No, the rod is gone.
What?
Uh,
I mean, I had no real horse in this race, but that seems like a thing to talk about.
No, you see, this Galadh here is liar. He wants a rod that gives you sneak abilities for healing something. That sounds like complete bullshit. I feel fine. You feel fine. There is no sickness. I don't know what this Tree Huggers gig is, but Thrag, do not worry. We shall get paid in Zirith if you are to come with me. I believe if the other two of you would like to join me, we could probably get the payment taken care of. But we are just good on schedule. So I appreciate the work you have all done, and I will be off if you will.
I would like
was
to roll
about to
insight
grab
on
this.
that.
I'm gonna grab Nikita by the arm.
Okay, roll.
Roll a
roll
grapple?
dex. You have to roll
Wouldn't
to
a
see if he
grapple be
gets out of
strength?
the way of your grab, though.
Oh, okay.
I got a 21 on the dex.
That would have beat whatever it would have been for me. Anyway, even like my highest.
So you go to grab Nikita, who just very deftly gets out of the way.
I do like that like Neo just kind of like shift my feet and kind of like let him fly
good.
past me
That's good.
and then come back into place.
Okay, and
We
I
made plan last night.
Yes, well, plans sound nice, plans sound cute, but at the end of the day, I take care of what me do without you guys. No worries.
yeah, I want to roll insight on everything he just said.
Okay.
All right, that'll be 17.
Nikita, roll. Let's see. Parts of what you said were true. Was any of what you just said deception?
No, I did not
no.
lie about anything.
Okay. So yeah, you don't have to roll deception then.
Can Ragtag make I'm gonna say a medicine roll to see if there are any connections he can mentally make between a rod relating to stealth and hiding and any kind of medical ailments he could imagine curing with them.
Sure.
And what do I get with a 19?
That those two things seem entirely unrelated and unconnected.
Okay. Yeah,
There are-
it's not really adding up for me either, I'll be honest. Galadh, you're sure it was this specific rod, right? The one that goes invisible? Do we know that was the rod of gaseous?
Gases.
Gases?
I believe so. We fight Spider-Man, right? And
Yep.
he go disappear when he grabs stick.
Good
He
point.
was already. This is stick.
Okay.
So,
And that's definitely the one you were looking for, Galadh, right?
well, I don't know if that was the exact
You
thing.
know
I
you were
was
looking
told-
for the Rod of Dasis. You knew the
I
name
was
of
looking for the Rod of Dacis. Okay,
Oh,
so
okay.
yes,
Yes.
I was
But
looking
you
for
were
this.
you were told that
was-
it had healing properties.
I-
You were not told anything about invisibility.
I was told by Bennett the cleric of Sharet, that it would help the comatose people. I do not know what the rod does. I only know what I was told about
I
it.
do want to point out our murderous pointy friend down there in the basement. He did try to use this to possibly summon some large other creature, his mom or something. So it seems like it might have uses other than just direct invisibility. So maybe that's a thing there. That feels like a thing.
Well, it seems like at most it would have to be back at that place with the arcane enchantment, and I'm not going to go back there, pull out giant arcane thing from floor and take it all the way to Sharet, or bring the
I'm
entire
not saying
population
that
of
place.
Sharet
I'm
to...
just saying it could have other applications than just invisibility.
Listen,
Look,
that
Thrag,
is not the point.
Thrag, look,
Where is the rod?
it's in Zirith.
You don't have the rod.
No, little guy has rod.
Take it from somebody who has been ripped off before. Never give your goods to somebody else if you want the money.
Well, we are where we are now. You are willing to come with me, I can probably get paid. And in Zirith. And we will be fine. There is no disease. He is liar.
You have no promises of getting payment. You don't have the rod.
He already has a rod.
Yes. What does he have to pay you for then?
I got rod.
Not anymore, you don't.
Well, we can talk circles all
That's
around.
the point. All
We
right.
can talk circles all around. My job is done. I head back to Zirith. If you wish to come with me to Zirith, you're welcome.
I guess we head to Zirith and Galadh. I don't know how I don't really know what's going on here, but I'm interested in getting paid. That sounds nice. There's not much going on around here, so I'm kind of down for whatever. Always kind of wanted to see Zirith. Galadh, if maybe we can find out more about the rod there. Maybe we can find out more about from any healers in is Zirith a big city?
Zirith is the capital. It is
Zirith is
arguably the
capital,
biggest
awesome.
city in Midfall.
Maybe we can speak to a clerics guild or something there and get some more help for your town there. It could still be the best option, or perhaps we do end up getting the rod back. I don't know. Take it out on loan or something.
Yeah, now, I don't care about the money. That's not my problem. I am mainly interested in the truth here. Either Bannet is lying, and I have been deceived, or you, Nikita, have just sentenced us all to death.
Fun. Well, either way, Rod's in Zirith now. So if we definitely don't want to die, and also maybe might get paid, that seems like a good bet. I'm not thrilled with the course of events that just went down, but that seems like the proper course of action.
We could still head to Fugazi for transportation to Zirith.
Yeah, let's head on down to Fungus Town. Sounds good.
Why Fungus Town? Why did you say Fungus
Take me down
Town?
to-
Start
it's,
from
not,
there.
it's a funky town,
It doesn't. It starts with a Z.
Shit.
Fun- and it's not.
Jugatse, and
Which I still
JD
have
is
yet to
calling it
find on the map.
Fugazi.
I was
I
rolling
cannot
off the
find on the
Fugazi
map,
thing,
yeah.
man.
I
God,
have
cannot
+0
find
to
that.
wisdom. I got nothing here, man.
Name literally anything in a fantasy environment. Watch how quickly it gets bastardized,
Yep.
especially with this crew. I love it. Okay, so you guys are now making a plan to head to Jugatse.
Look, plan
So-
does not change. We just changed destination from Jugatsi. And if anything, I help you more by taking you to Zirith to get good doctor. You should be thanking me right now, Galadh.
That's it's going a bit far, but let's
I-
go.
Yeah, I I do not trust you, Nikita.
I did not ask you
in
to.
the slightest.
So, as you guys make your way back out to the Old Maple Tankard, where you had requested horses and carriage to be ready for you, they are there. There's a carriage with 3 horses, as well as Thrag's horse that he had already bought and ridden here from Krell. And standing outside next to them is a woman in her 40s, young face, starting to get some gray streaks in her otherwise chestnut brown hair, kind of tied into a high bun with the underlayer out. Standing kind of looks to be in wait for you guys.
Oh, hey, you got supplies for us. Thanks.
Who actually, Ragtag, you recognize this woman because you live here. This is actually the mayor of Ekrin, Tabitha Brooks. Is her name.
Mayor Tabby, how you doing? Morning.
I'm doing good, Ragtag, and I'm glad to see you all as well. I heard you guys were headed out of town. I'm glad I got to talk to you before you left. I wanted to thank you all a bit more personally and privately for what you did for my townsfolk. I consider every one of them to be family, and so you've done my family a great service. We don't get adventures very often, much less any we've needed anything from, but in light of recent events, I think it's only fair that you all be compensated for what you did. It's not something we would have expected of outsiders. And Ragtag, you old fool, that was as reckless as anything you've ever done.
You know it.
I'm very glad to have had a skilled group here at the right time. The gods smiled upon Ekrin, who knows how much worse it could have been. This isn't a very wealthy town. We mostly deal in trade of goods and services and community efforts that are all kept local. But we do have a small bit of money that circulates. I'd be happy for your group to take 200 gold. Pales in comparison to the value of my people's lives. But as the mayor here, I wish to be as informed as I can be to make the best decisions moving forward. What exactly happened out there? Is it really finished? Is there anything else we should expect moving forward?
I got abducted by a giant spider. These folks saved me. Then we killed the giant spider. Then the house disappeared. That doesn't seem relevant. Then we can. I think the town is safe for now. The creature that was abducting people is dead. Super dead. Like real, just real dead.
I stabbed it with its own front legs.
That did happen. It was upsetting to watch, frankly, but yeah, it worked.
She looks less phased by that statement than you would expect, but still a little like, oh, interesting. Well, it's a good weight off my shoulders then to know that we know what happened and that it's been dealt with. Obviously, the Stoss family is mourning the loss of Della, but the others are all safe and home, and Anne's patched them up, and I'm glad that things are seeming to return to normal. So, Ragtag, you actually leaving town?
You know it.
Didn't think I'd ever see the day that would happen. You've been here since I was a little girl. But I suppose it's good that you're going to see the world a little bit. I got a sense that you might have been feeling you may have had a bigger purpose ever since the war ended. You've been tinkering a bit differently than you did when I was young. But
yeah, I think it's gonna be good for me to see some new stuff, meet some new people, a whole new Ragtag, you know.
And I'll be excited to see who that new Ragtag is when you eventually come back. And don't forget the small folk that remember where you came from. But
you know it.
Yes, I must get back to work. But I wanted to make sure that I caught you all before you left. And I truly thank you from the bottom of my heart. And you're always welcome here in Ekrin, and you always have a room here at the Old Maple on me. and did want to let you know that as thanks for what you did, I've covered your tab and rooms for the last couple nights. Bit hefty for only 4 of you, but
He's pretty hefty.
I think you've earned it. You've
More.
done us a great service.
More
kinda
so was this keg. And I just hold up the empty keg.
I did hear about that. I'm a bit curious, but I suppose to each their own. Good on you then, but consider it a parting gift that I've covered that, and hope to see you folk around here again. You've been some fine folk last few days.
Anyone that covers my tab is a friend of mine.
Are these supplies also on the tab that you will be covering?
Yes, it's the least we can do.
Much
Well-
appreciated.
If we hear any news of anything, we will let you know.
Very good. Well, good boy, Ragtag. Hope it's not too long before I see you again. Have fun out there. It's a big world.
Thank you.
It's nice in here, but I feel your mind is ready for something a bit bigger.
I hope so.
Really
Gee.
quickly,
Yeah.
you saying have fun out there sounded like the beginning of every fantasy RPG. Like it sounded so like a fable or something, you know? Have
Mhm.
fun out there. Just the way you said it.
Ash's
It's
mom
so
in
good.
Pokemon.
Yeah, exactly.
Uh-huh.
It's dangerous to go alone. Take
That was-
this.
That was intentional.
Good.
And so she gives you
Thanks,
guys a
Tabby.
nod and heads back towards the town hall. So you all get your things together. Ragtag, you
get my-
say your last goodbyes to any other town folk that you wanted to make sure knew you were leaving, and get in your cart to head out towards Jugatsi, and that is where we will close tonight's session.
All right.
Very nice.
All right.
Gotta make sure
That
that
was
keg gets in the
intense.
car.
That had some
Oh, yeah.
moments. I wasn't
This-
expecting interpersonal drama tonight.
Ah.
It's
That-
all how
yeah.
you guys choose to play it. That could have gone so many ways. All
I-
right.
yeah.
So thank you all so much for watching tonight. We hope you enjoyed the game as much as we did. Follow Dean on his YouTube channel, Longest Solo Ever, if you don't already. You can follow Jaydee on Twitch at Bandito_Neon. You can follow me on YouTube at Atlas Creative, or you can follow my band, Black Lotus. We released an album about a month and a half ago. So if you like some of the heavier battle music from tonight in the first half of the game, you'll probably dig that stuff as well. Facebook and Instagram at Black Lotus NJ, or you can go to blacklotusnj.com for merch. And once again, in case you missed it at the beginning, we have a Discord. The link is in the description. You can come hang out with us there. Next stream is Sunday the 22nd at 7:30. We hope to see you all there. And with that, good night, all. Thank you so much
Bye.
for watching. We'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.